Welcome to the Mobsters podcast. Please be aware that the content of this podcast is primarily social commentary and represents the personal opinions of the hosts and guests. It is not intended to be a statement of fact or an official stance on any issues discussed. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We encourage listeners to seek out professional advice for any factual matters or decisions. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
And your mob sat up.
I know, right?
Feeling pumped. We need more water.
I have a migraine. I think I need caffeine.
Casey, brother, this is too in front, man.
You feel so in front? What's wrong with being in front?
I feel like I'm Scotty.
Yeah, you are. Your posture is insane, bro. Close your legs, man. Your posture is looking.
But
like open them.
you sit at the you sit at the same way. Oh. why did you arch your back?
Yeah,
what did you arch your back?
Just trying to sit up and also spread these like this. Like push.
That's quite
Nah,
something.
Women's month. Sit like that. You. An icebreaker. Can I icebreak?
Please break.
Okay.
Man. Guys. So we broadcast for our Women's Day gift.
Did you really? It's actually
Or should I
mine.
believe her?
She has jam. She has jam.
That's a bit strange. It makes me feel like she didn't rate us. She didn't expect us to buy her
No,
gift.
because I remember we had this conversation on Friday, right? And I asked you guys, tomorrow is
What do you get
Women's
me?
Day. Yeah.
So on Saturday, you are by the window waiting for your gift.
Listen. and then it crossed my mind. It crossed my mind today.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I break the ice with that?
Yeah.
Then I was like, no.
Nah, let me not put them on pressure.
Yeah, let me not put them on pressure. Let me not. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
The
not
girl
an
has
asker.
jam, bro.
You're not,
She
I
has
realize
jam.
you're not an asker.
I know.
Don't be asking for things, man.
No, because you know why though?
Why?
I fear rejection. Like I fear someone saying no. Like even
How long will you fear? Why are you living your
I
life
do.
in fear?
Let me tell you.
Every time it comes down to
I think for the
that.
rest of the pod, we're just going to be break testing you. To prove your like rejection.
She'll just
like,
pack a card. They were
response.
like, this is your car.
I've
Yeah.
died.
Most things you ask for from now, I'll just be like, nah.
As in, why would
Yeah.
you do that?
Just to make sure you get
No.
used
Do
to it.
you
Get
know?
used to hearing no.
Do you know that I intentionally like, unless like we're really really close, I don't like be like hugging people or hugging my friends,
In case they cuff you.
just in case like what if they don't want to be hugged?
That's crazy.
Women are always in their minds.
Yeah, imagine if you come to dap me and I'm like, nah. That guy comes to dap me.
That guy-
Slap his card.
You guys have never felt like that. Like maybe
Yeah.
someone didn't want to be hugged.
Not really. Unless we are from like tough and we are sweating. You get or it's like 4 a.m. and you're sweating and you've overdosed. Yeah, you don't hug. But like normally, why not?
No, like even when we meet the mobsters, and then they're like, "Oh, this is Casper. Oh, okay, hi." Like my natural inclination is to hug, but because these are people who like we don't really know each other, I'd be like, what if they don't want to be hugged?
Yeah, you don't be going for the hug.
I never.
I'd be thinking you don't want to be hugged.
No,
Even
it's
with the
'cause-
girls, by the way.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
It's
Which
because
is so crazy to me.
I fear the rejection of it all.
Interesting.
I stopped hugging you, man.
Why me? But as in, I've never rejected a hug. I never reject hugs. But to reach for one, I can't.
Anyway,
Oh my
so
God.
that's what we got you.
Thank you so much. Can I open it?
I'm actually not very certain that you're going to like it.
Why?
But I think I thought they were cute.
I think the fact that it's a brand that belongs to a mobster.
Yeah, you're going to like it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Don't
nice.
open them now.
No,
Okay, yeah, open,
I don't
open,
mind you
open.
now. Can you first show them the brand? Can I see it? Yeah. It is Creations by Yaz, I want to say.
Yeah.
Is it Creations? Is that C for Creations?
Are you making me second? Okay, let me check.
You
Let me
better
check.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Yaz is our mobster. The packaging is nice.
I know, it's very cute. Avoid contact with water. Cute. Oh, these are so cute. They're
Is
so
it?
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Nice.
like the design of it all.
Nice.
Is it silver?
It is silver.
Created by.
Yeah, they don't have them in gold. It's okay. We're thinking, we're diversifying your jewelry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
It's
diversifying.
created by.
created by us.
Yeah,
They're
created
super,
by-
super
created by-
adorable. So thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Yaz, as well.
Welcome,
but
welcome.
this is so cute. I like them.
Yeah, go check out Created by Us on.
You know, I've actually
Instagram.
seen her wearing them in like a video.
You know,
or
she's
in
asking me right now. Let me know if she likes them. I'm
I
gonna tell her watch the
do.
pod.
I do like them. I don't like to watch the phone, but yeah, I do like them. I do know what I'm going to wear them with already.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. She also sells scrunchies. I almost got you a scrunchie, but I have a limited budget for gifts on this podcast.
Guys,
Can't go too
subscribe, man.
I have to give them enough to motivate the staff, but not too much for guys to think that this is a cash cow. Yeah, it's a gift.
On that note, guys, subscribe to Patreon.
Literally.
We need more gifts, man. For the members.
Yeah, man. Is that the icebreaker?
Was that the icebreaker?
Do you guys have topics to talk about today? Because I have a hatchet to bury with you, bro.
With me,
Yeah.
I do have topics, and I was hoping that my topics would make you forget that hatchet.
Never.
But clearly, that hatchet is
First
on top
bury
of
the
your
hatchet
head.
now.
You know,
Bury the
I
hatchet
don't even
now.
think we should start with that. Let's
No,
first
it should
welcome
be at
back
the
to our
end.
Mobsters podcast. My name is Melvin,
Sydney.
Casper,
Do your
and
thing.
this is our anniversary episode.
Yeah.
MJP at 3.
Yeah, the MJP anniversary was this weekend, 9th of March. I'm going to do my best to not forget that date because every year I have to remind myself what was the first day that we posted. So I always scroll back to that day.
No,
find it.
YouTube sent a notification and said your channel was created on this day, on 8th. Created. So that means like, that means it was created on 8th, then we posted on 9th, then you guys posted on 9th.
I just use Women's Day, man.
Interesting.
You use what?
We like women.
Oh, no, but then also,
good.
when I was creating the Snapchat, I put 9th as our birthday.
Nice.
So now it notifies, like, it
9th
shows.
of which year?
Of
You
March.
didn't ask for the year.
Yeah, I put something
At
random.
Snapchat might think we are babies, man.
No, I put my birth, yeah.
I'm really starting to notice you put your birth here.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Why did you put your birth here?
That it shows that I'm an adult, that we're adults.
because we need some certain permissions.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need certain permissions.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm starting to notice that all the YouTube channels that I look up to, or all the creators that like I aspire to be, have all been doing this for like close
Yeah.
to 10 years, bro.
You
Yeah.
aspire. Which creators?
Like all the big podcasters, most of them have at least 8 years under their belt.
We still have a few
You
years.
guys are massive. Like I was listening to On Purpose today, talking about 8 years ago. I'm like, bro, 8 years ago you were doing this already?
People began with YouTube. When did YouTube start? 20 what? 11?
I have no clue.
That might be late.
Yeah, that might be late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it's in the 2000s.
yeah. So anyway, it's good to be here, man. 3 years is special. Sometimes I be going back and looking at like the old stuff, the stuff we were doing in the beginning.
Do you?
It's too fun, bro. Like this week I was looking at our double intros that we did in the beginning when we were just starting.
Oh, I used
Double
to
cute
think those
ones.
were so
That
fire.
was so cool, bro. That was so cool.
But we had time.
Now we had all that time, bro.
We had time. Man.
Yeah, man. It has been fun. It's been a fun 3 years. Hopefully we can keep doing this and keep doing fun stuff. Yeah, man, how are you guys doing? Before I get into my...
Before we even start how we're doing, guys, there's somebody that said that they're this close to subscribing to Patreon because of me saying it all the time. And you think I'll relent. I won't. Guys, like, comment, share. Yeah. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. Don't make us pull out the analytics. Just start wondering who's just listening without subscribing. It's not cute. So yes, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know every time that we post. That's for YouTube. Follow us on all our socials: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, the Mobsters Podcast. Then Patreon, our little community. So Patreon is a community that facilitates this podcast, literally.
Yeah.
Without the patrons, I don't think we'd be here today.
We did afford.
So we would.
Honest to God.
So, number one, shout out to the patrons. We appreciate you. We see you. We love you. Number two, guys, subscribe to Patreon. It will run you only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USD a month. Access to like 200 plus episodes. Plus, going forward, 2 episodes a week. Early access to merch, which is actually being worked on. Access to special Patreon only events. Access to just the inner circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that,
Also,
man.
this week we'll be putting out a survey
Yeah.
for you guys to answer.
Yeah.
So
Oh, the survey is for everybody. Yeah.
yeah, we're going to put out one for everyone.
Yeah.
For you guys to answer and just let us know your thoughts and kind of help us guide the direction that we go with certain things.
Yeah.
So please, when you see that thing, don't skip it, man. Just answer it. It's only 12 questions.
Yeah.
But they'll go a long way. Yeah. So this is the anniversary pod. I want us to do a lot of anniversary stuff, but fast.
The hatchet.
Let's open a shared note.
Not the hatchet.
Open a shared note.
Not the hatchet.
That's how we
Let's
start
start
from.
with the hatchet.
Let's deal with the hatchet at the end, like when guys have left.
Ain't no way.
Please.
We're buying the hatchet now. I want us to get it out of our way and then start to celebrate and have celebratory conversations.
I feel like now that we started meeting patrons out in the wild,
They'll be like, this is a shoddy who.
yeah, I want to clean up my image.
Nah.
I no longer.
But this is
feel-
not even like a. I don't want to make it seem like this is like the worst
Is
thing.
this what you said?
What did I say?
I want to contextualize it. Let me
Yeah,
contextualize
let's give us
it.
context. Let's give us
What
context.
did you?
Okay, so
First of all, this was a personal conversation between me and my friend. Why he has brought it to the podcast, I
You
don't
forget we are
understand.
podcasters.
this is real life. This shit is real life, bro. This means
Let me tell you,
this
even
is
me, when you have
this
a
is the real
conversation.
me here,
Yeah.
bro. This is the real me.
But then, no, and then
Yeah, I've said to me, you have said to my
Wait.
audience. Say it to all of us.
Yeah.
If you mean it.
Guys, what you're getting is a real ass,
to
bro.
thousands
No, but
of
also
people.
I think that this is how so many people feel. And
we
to be
don't
honest,
know
I think
that.
there's also a guy version of this thought. That's why I want us to have this conversation now.
Okay, let's also get Sydney's input.
Thoughts, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can
so
give me context.
Casper and I were speaking on TikTok the other day. What was the TikTok even about? Was it about this? It was a TikTok comment or something.
No, it was a video.
It was a video?
It was a video of this girl saying, let me open the
You
note.
have it? Okay.
No, let me open the note itself so that I remember. Okay. So, and I think this is a conversation that we'd actually had like on Sunday or something. And then I saw the video and then I sent it to you.
Yes.
So I was saying that if a guy hits on my friend,
Hits on
vibes,
vibes. Yeah.
what's
Quotes.
what's quotes?
Should we even go as far as saying quotes?
Let's say quotes.
Okay.
If a guy quotes my friend, I was actually looking for the English word for vibes. If a guy quotes my friend, like actively, like, you get her number, you ask her out, you even got on a few dates, and she rejects you, I don't want you.
Okay.
Like, if you move to me, I am automatically uninterested. Why? Multitude of reasons. But top two that come to me are, number one, I don't think that that both my friend and me, or my friend and I, are both your type. Number two,
About what?
your type. Number two, I have this thing in me where I feel like if you aren't good enough for my friend, I don't think you're good enough for me.
That's the gist. That's the most important one. That's what's in the note.
Later land.
That's what's in the note. That's the most
But you
important
see,
one.
I feel like listening to it like that, it sounds kind of harsh.
Okay.
But then there are also very many people who don't think I'm good enough for them. Yeah, there are very many. Guys,
It's
are
the
my
fun.
village people after me?
It's the fun. It's the fun.
My throat. Anyway, I think there are very many people who don't think I'm good enough for them, and it's okay. But I feel like if you're not good enough for my friend, it would just make me feel icky that something that she felt was not good enough for her is good enough for me. I
Because
actually
you feel like
actually-
sloppy seconds.
No,
Or
yeah, sloppy seconds. I actually told him that I never want to know the people that have rejected my person.
That's where this started.
I know
That's
that
where
they
this
that you
started.
have
You
been
never what?
She never
no
wants to know
the people that
the
have
women who have rejected the guy that she ends up with.
that I end up with, because I know he has been rejected, like by nature, like the way these things flow. He has been rejected not once, not twice, not thrice. I just don't want to know who these people are because I don't want to be there and it's just itching me. Yeah. So, but then again, I might also just be jazzing lots of nonsense because I'm not in love and I don't know what it feels like to have that unconditional, this is the love of my life. But, oh my gosh, I've just realized my mom is going to hear this and tell me this is why I'm single. Anyway.
Mama Casper, tell her.
But yeah, I don't want to feel like sloppy seconds.
React.
Interesting.
Yeah, you react.
Very interesting. Okay, let me ask, just for context. You've mentioned rejection. How about if... Oh, we might have answered this before. How about if the person dated your friend and they broke up?
Oh no,
that's way worse.
That's
That's
way
that
worse.
one I completely understand.
Okay.
Because
Understood.
there's like emotions invested.
Yeah.
Like that was her person. And
As
now
in,
you
no,
can't
there
date-
I
you
would like Are you trying to
That's
ruin our
disrespectful.
friendship?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's quite
highly
disrespectful.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I get. But what was the first reason you gave again?
I don't think we could both be your type. But most
Stop
important,
there. Let's dissect that one.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we should start from
Let's
now.
dissect that one first. I'm going to say this as a guy who like... as a guy who finds that a lot of times I end up being attracted to chicks who wind up being friends.
Same.
the way he was looking for the
'Cause I want
politically
it to be-
correct
I want
way
it
to
to be clear. I want it to be clear
wind
that
up.
A lot of times,
It's never
a lot
intentional.
of times I don't know that they're friends until I start liking one of them, and then I find out that they're friends.
Same.
Right? I'll say that a lot of times the chick who is your type is friends with another chick who is your type. Let me say that. And very often, you do not meet them at the same time.
But it's not all the time.
A lot of times, though, girls who are in the same friend group are the same type of chick.
Let me tell
Now,
you.
for you,
Or
the
like
problem, let me tell you a problem.
Character-wise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
That's
Okay,
so
You
important.
first learned.
Yeah.
That's so important. Because, contrary to what I think your belief is, that character shit matters a lot to us with our types. There's a certain type of chick that I like. They might not all look the same,
Can I?
but they are a similar type of chick.
The problem is, you've said that if I speak to you, I speak to your audience. But I don't want your audience to know all your shit. I don't want to say something here and then your audience over knows you.
No.
Should I say?
Let me tell you.
You
Yeah.
can say.
Aesthetically speaking,
Yes.
right? Physically, because let's not front. Like you open Snapchat and you know this girl has a kind heart. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
Or this is a sweet girl off of
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
That's
or
true.
IG or whatever.
Yeah.
Aesthetically speaking, I know what he goes for. This Melvin boy. I know what they look like. And it's a certain aesthetic. You get me?
Yeah, okay.
So from the jump off of it, when he's saying, "Oh, I think this girl is really beautiful," and I'm like, "Yeah, I agree." And then later on, we see another girl and say, "Oh, that girl is also really beautiful." And then when we find out, oh, they're like friends or they're in the same friend group, like 2 weeks from now, whatever, they both have an aesthetic, a certain aesthetic that he's drawn to.
Yes.
You get.
Yes.
So I don't want you to say that. I understand the character thing is very important. I understand that my friends and I have, in order for us to be friends in general, we have to share certain traits.
Yes.
Otherwise, we would not get along.
Yes.
And not only are we just friends, we're extremely close.
Yes.
So there are certain traits, belief systems, and whatnot
Yeah.
that are innate in us and make up who we are as individuals, and that's why we're close. But then, from the jump, before when you just even like see us,
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that.
whoever
We
sees,
line your bodies up on a night out. You guys have all gone out on a night out. Do you think that a guy would be able to say, okay, this is this type of chick, this is this type of chick, this is this type
no,
of chick?
not character-wise.
No,
That's what I
meaning like
mean.
That, do you think that the look is
On
different
a
enough?
night out, if you meet all of us,
Yeah. You've gone out to dinner.
we've gone out
A
to
birthday dinner.
yeah, we've gone out to
Yeah.
a birthday dinner, or we've gone to the club or whatever.
Yeah.
I do not think aesthetically we fall into the same. What should I call it?
What do you mean by aesthetically?
How we look?
Yeah, I disagree.
Brother, that's
I
cap.
disagree.
Let me tell you, by the way.
I
I
disagree.
beg your pardon.
You know, I think that for you guys, it would require for someone to meet all of you on multiple occasions to see like
Are you trying to say we? First of
to
all,
see the finer details.
have you guys heard of the cheerleader effect?
Yes. Well, we're well aware
course.
of it.
Let
Well
me
aware
tell
of
you,
it.
experienced and seen.
I've done.
You know that you see, there's certain friend groups where you'll come and you'll see, okay, this is the earthy chick. This is the emo chick.
That's what they.
This is like where their styles are so different.
I'm not. Okay,
that
can
like you can see that these are
I'm not
completely
talking about
different
styles.
aesthetics.
I'm talking about what we look like. Aesthetic.
Again,
Before you're talking
so
about like
let me land.
like the physical.
Let me
Yes.
land.
Because on,
What
on
physical
initial,
like what like body type?
no, on initial impact, the first time you see a chick, like the first thing you'll notice, not even a chick, anybody, a man, a woman, whatever, the first time you see a person, the first thing you'll notice is their physical attributes.
Yes.
Skin tone, height,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
you get.
Yeah.
And in that split second is when you form an attraction or you don't.
Okay.
You get.
Okay.
I do not think, in fact, let me not use the word like. I do not think that somebody that is attracted to me would be attracted to my friend. And I don't think someone that's attracted to my friend would be attracted to me. Because I
And
don't
that's why I'm
think
telling you
we look similar.
you're wrong. You're wrong
Let me-
about that because you see, if a guy likes cute chicks, that's his thing. For him, what he cares about is my chick has to be cute. The body type that matter.
Let me
He
tell
just
you
likes
right
cute
now.
chicks. Period.
Yeah? I like the fact that you've used the aesthetic because that is very important. It doesn't say
the
say
same aesthetic.
physical type.
Yeah, they have the same aesthetic.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Now
I
let
was,
me-
maybe I was using the wrong word.
let me
because
finish.
I
Yeah?
think I was using aesthetic to mean like
Body type.
appearance.
Okay. There's this thing babes do, yeah, where they think when a guy looks at a babe, it's just an animalistic decadence. The guy wants what he wants. You get like now,
Like food, bro. Mouth watering, bro.
it's just
Look
like
how
wait,
Heine
I've seen
messed
a
up again,
gazelle, bro. Yeah,
Chicks think we're all high
Talk about Dr. Heiner.
Yeah.
brother. No, that aesthetic is actually the right word, and that's what I'm saying. Like you and your friends actually have a very similar
in friend groups.
aesthetic.
Certain friend groups. they
So
don't, but
similar.
Your friend group, you guys
Because let me tell you,
We do what?
have the same aesthetic.
yeah, like the body type, yeah, that one. I definitely agree. Guys do have types. Yeah, many guys do have body types. Aesthetic can transcend that body type. Yeah, badly. Like you said, a guy likes cute chicks. These two cute chicks, one after the other.
Spoiled.
They'll
For
both
choice.
be bad.
Have died.
Yeah, whether they're baddies or not. Now, if he vibes this one, she refuses, then vibes and finds out your friends. It's not that your body type is different. You just have the same aesthetic, and it's okay. And the guy likes it,
I'm telling you.
brother. It's so.
I'm telling you.
It-
So all I'm trying to say is, as a guy, you thinking that because a guy likes one of your friends, he wouldn't like
He's
you.
attracted to one of my friends who wouldn't be attracted to me.
Yeah.
That's what I
You
think.
have no idea. In
That's
fact,
like, in
your
fact-
friend might have introduced him to that aesthetic, and now that's his aesthetic.
I've
He's
done-
like, brother,
Literally.
actually, this is what I
And then
like,
he
man.
decides to fish from the same small pond.
No.
Sometimes you won't
I've told
know.
you how it happens. And you know for a fact that it happens like this.
No, I find that like, in fact, if like let's say we're out, and like you know how like you can be out and then like you meet guys, you meet a group of guys, and you're a group of girls, and then like I don't know how
Yalas at one.
I don't know how the guys decide. I don't know
Yeah.
how they descend.
Yeah.
But different people descend on different people.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
After we actually discuss it.
I was going to tell you, there's like a mini
Literally
conversation.
discuss
Like what do you say? Like
It's
I'm,
either
I'm
verbal
feeling so and
Like,
so.
which one are
Or-
you, yeah,
yeah.
which one are you feeling?
Now,
It's either verbal or what's the word?
in that
This one.
moment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the guys just know.
and by the way, disclaimer: I don't speak for anybody else here right now. I'm speaking for myself, Casper. In that moment, when they descend, the lines are drawn for me. In that
Is
moment,
it?
in the sense that not even in the sense that I'm going to reject you. No, automatically, for me, if you've spoken to my friend, that means I'm not your type. Automatically, and like I said,
bro.
remember I told you guys,
Yeah.
I don't deal with men whose type I'm not.
But you know, sometimes guys be taking it for the team.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
sometimes a guy will want you, but there's only one of you on that table.
Yeah.
So who
And so he
gets?
has to let his homie go
Why is he letting his homie?
because maybe his homie let him go the last time.
Let me tell you, these
Yeah.
things, there's a check and balance.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
Let me
that
tell you.
intricate.
Yeah.
If we've been somewhere before and the homie has done something, I might have to take a back seat. Yeah. Or there are two of you. You know what they call a successful two-man.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Hey, let me tell you, I won't want the chick I'm talking to, but my boy wants you.
Sometimes your boy
Now,
has been
if
on
you
a losing
refuse-
streak. He has been on a he needs a win.
Now, if you
And
refuse
you have
him
to
and he
just-
booms,
Yeah.
I'm like, brother.
Yeah.
Like, ma, thank God. Now let me go for my.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
love
my
my
type.
guy.
And that happens a lot.
The
Why
what?
you let your guy go first and it didn't work? So you're like, man, so can I?
The guy won't have beef. He's like, man.
I told you. Anyway, I think, but I'm trying to work on it. I feel like being on a pod is forcing me to deal with that type of like putting myself out there. So getting a thicker skin, so dealing with rejection, not even being on a pod. The last 3 years as an adult have given me hardcore immersion therapy for rejection. So, but I think the thing of saying that if my friend is your type, I'm automatically not your type, I think it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah, that thing
Yeah.
is flawed. That thing
Yeah.
is flawed. Especially like,
It's
I
a-
wish people could see your friend group because it would make less sense if they saw your friend group. They'd be like, yo, why does she think this?
We don't look alike.
You guys
You're the
look
same, but you're
to
the
the
same.
train-
you're similar.
To like on past sight, you guys are the same type of chick.
Yeah.
Good, God-fearing girls. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
literally.
Actually, literally. Yeah.
That's all we are.
Yeah.
Good, God-fearing
Let me
girls.
tell you.
An amen to that.
You remember that time
Amen to that.
when we were at terrace and all of you were there and I came
a
with
sub-
my noise of our cocktails, what. You all look the same, bro.
Yeah, and they'll
The
take a train there to
same.
see. Okay, so this one and this one are not drinking. This one and this one are like, but on site, same type of chick.
I bought the same
is-
shots, man.
which I
And
think
I've known
makes
them for
perfect
time.
sense because you guys are friends.
Are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I said, that's why we went into it and made the distinction that I'm not referring to type of chick. I'm referring to physical appearance, like physical attributes, like maybe. Let me talk about.
If
myself.
anything, that just comes
I'll tell you
later.
the reason why physical attributes that count is because like body type matters so little to us.
No, I mean even like face.
Even face.
You know they're different. Like you can all be cute girls, but you're different types of cute. Like
Yeah.
I remember there's a time when was this, like 2019, 2018. So the time I was with my friend, we were 2 girls, and then we bump into these 2 guys. They descend, right? And then the one who descended on me, the men are too funny. So I
Descended makes it sound like
Then I
that guy
didn't
was.
I fixed my teeth later on. So by then I had crooked teeth. He comes, and then I don't know, maybe it was a 2-man and he was, biting the bullet for his friend to talk to my friend. So mind you, I'm the type of person who just goes on my phone. I'd rather be on my phone than deal with a 2-man. So he comes and he starts telling me, "Oh wow, you have a beautiful smile." I
The
said,
guy
"Stop."
he hit the
I said, "Stop."
yeah,
As
he hit
in-
the wrong part.
That was
Literally.
his cute. You didn't get it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
And once you say something like that and you've blundered, now you have to just dig deep.
You just have to be like, brother.
I don't like those perfect
Yeah.
smiles. I like when
You
the
like how you
canine
see-
is a bit in front of the incisor.
I like it when the teeth cross.
Yeah.
That's
I like when I smile as character.
First of all, that would just irritate me even more because I was highly insecure.
About your teeth.
Highly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But
you just
I've
say the wrong
realized
thing, bro.
that like men and women interpret attraction so differently that there will never be a middle ground. Never. Because let me tell you, that aesthetic thing, it works. Yeah. Now you might find in that 2-man, that guy was looking at you like you're the one. It's just because of what he said.
No,
Yeah.
no.
He might
And
have
then you went
meant
on your
it-
phone.
He might have meant it that he just said the one thing you are insecure about.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
day, bro.
Because that guy probably, it came
It's
from
like
the
when
heart,
someone
man.
tells me, "Yo, I love your outfit," when you're feeling.
We,
You're like,
Oh, like,
this person dissing me.
you get.
Are they have nothing else to say? Or I just don't believe you, so now let's end this.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's chill. That point of yours,
Done and
Discard.
dealt with.
next
that
one.
one, it has not worked
What
for
was the
us.
second one? The second
If
one,
you're
I
not
think, is the
good
heart of
enough
the
for
matter.
my friend, you're not good enough for me.
This one hurt me. This one actually
Brother.
hurt my heart.
Why did it have to
And
happen?
you know, as soon as I read it, I was like, damn, if
that was
how like
painful.
every
Yeah,
girlfriend
that
say.
was pain. Because you see, you guys don't have to deal with rejection as much as we do.
Yeah.
I think that the last thing you're trying to hear from rejection is you are rejected because you are not good enough. Good enough? That is why.
Oh no, but I think it's the phrasing of the words.
If
I
I
don't-
phrase it.
No, but
like-
it's okay to. Meanwhile, I feel like it's okay to say that and mean it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Because
okay
I'm
to say,
not.
You see,
But if I phrase it how you want to phrase it.
I don't think I've ever been there and said,
I don't want to be with this guy because he's not good enough for me. Maybe
But you
that's
thought
what
it.
I felt.
Yeah.
But to say those words, I've never. But like,
But some guys are not good enough, bro.
yeah.
Sometimes you meet a guy and the guy is legitimately a dog. You know, a guy's going to treat you
Or
poorly.
he's just a loser, or he's just, but to your particular standard, right? To somebody else, he might be a prince. Yeah. To somebody else, not my friend, someone I don't know.
But you see, this is my thing. Is it necessary for you and your friends to all have the same standard?
No.
Because you see that word standard is very misleading. It kind of, you know how the Bureau of Standards works. There's one.
You got a
there's
National
one
Bureau of Standards.
Yes.
Vodka has to be above 30%.
There's one standard.
Are we attaching the UNBS sticker today?
Yes.
Okay.
There is one standard which every product must meet.
Yes.
Now, I fully understand if we're talking about bare minimums. Let him be kind. Let him be considerate.
Let him treat you well.
Maybe let him be able to pay for
God-fearing.
a date. Let him I understand the bare minimum standards, right? I feel like most times if a guy has gone on, let's say if he's courting your friend, they've gone on like 2-3 dates. Let's assume he meets the bare minimum standards, but she has turned him down because of now something a bit different. You get it? Something
Complimented a smile.
there's now a specialist thing that he doesn't meet. Let's say she is a brown liquor girl and he is a.
Really?
I'm not saying that's the reason why a chick would reject him. I'm just saying something particular like that, like something she likes in her partners that he doesn't have necessarily. It might not be the same for you. You might not want the same things that chick wants, and you have friends who you don't want the same things that they want. So if she turns him down for a specialist reason like that, why would you also turn him down? Because that means he wasn't good enough for her in that sense, but you don't want that thing. So why would you turn him down?
Or it's because
Or not even open the door to him at all.
I told you, it just feels like sloppy seconds. Like, I don't want to,
But I did not know you. You dig? I didn't know you.
No.
Brother, I've just realized guys be bathing in seconds, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up with someone that initially quoted my friend. I don't want to. I just don't.
Yeah, but see, that's different from the statement, though.
And also, yes, okay, also the thing of not good enough. Sometimes you feel it I don't want to, guys, my reputation. Anyway. I can only speak for myself. Let me not put my friends in their feet.
Disclaimers. But that disclaimer is on the top of the pod.
No. I don't. Yeah, because let's say the people that know me now, or the people that, as MJP continues, the people that will keep missing me, they'll eventually meet me with my friends. I'm like, "Hey, so these are the guys." No.
We literally talk about our shit on the spot. We talk about what we did in the toilet. So I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be okay.
You talk about literal shit.
Literal,
Anyway.
yeah.
So for myself, I of course, there are the things that you want in a partner, but very rarely, most times when I meet a guy, 1 out of 5 times will I go on a date with somebody that I'm actually attracted to. I rarely meet guys and I feel like, oh, I'm attracted to you. Rarely. So you go as a fact-finding mission. So, and you talk to your friends, they're like, yeah, you just go. What are you doing this Saturday? You're not doing anything. You go. It's that type of thing. Like your idol, go. That's why I go. And then when you go and then let's say you're looking at the things that are most important to you. First of all, I don't say what's important to me. I leave guys to cook. So that they reveal whatever they think is important to you and you eliminate. Okay. Right? So if for instance, I feel for me, it's important to be kind. It's important to be God-fearing, but kindness comes before God-fearing, right? Or it's important to kind, God-fearing, or let's say funny, which is not for me, but okay. Once I decide to eliminate you, by the way, there are those where no convincing will convince me to go, right? So by the time I go to meet you on this fact-finding mission, and I'm seeing that there are certain things you align with, usually the thing that turns me off is something like, you're hella corny, or you're creepy, or hella horny. Remember that guy? So if my friend rejected that guy, You think I would want that guy?
No,
But you don't know.
because there you would have rejected him as well.
Yeah.
And remember,
Yeah.
I don't know about other girls. Me and my friends talk
Yeah,
I was going to say, maybe that's why.
in detail.
yeah.
And my mom always says, and that's why you're single. You should be keeping these things to yourself.
let me ask a
I
question.
need feedback. I need
Let me ask a
a wall
question.
to bounce things off of.
Man. Maybe this is why we are single, bro. This is my question. In as much as you guys talk, do you ever, if that guy came to you, that jazz you've talked about is in the back of your mind already? Like you're already low-key biased.
Yeah, I'll know this man is extremely weird. Yeah.
Weird. Like, what's weird,
Like,
though?
I'll know the things he did. I will know that he made an inappropriately sexual joke within the first 5 seconds of meeting her or of sitting
Has
down
there
with
ever
me.
been a case where the girl just rejected him for something superficial?
Like, she wouldn't have gone.
What do you mean she wouldn't have gone?
It's
She went on
superficial,
a
like,
date. She went on a date.
Superficial. Like, when you say inappropriate joke, that's not superficial. That one is valid. Something super. Like,
or
I can't even think
like
of one.
I've rejected.
Like, man,
he's
his
quirky.
his hairline was somehow.
I have one.
Uh-huh.
You know how chicks say this thing of, he's a nice guy, but he's just not for me.
Brother?
You know that thing?
That
He's a nice
You
guy.
land.
Did
You
you know
land.
what-
Okay, but it's just not for
Do you
me.
know what that thing means?
What
What
does
does
that
that
mean?
He's a nice guy, but he's just not for me.
Uh-huh.
It means that the thing that's wrong with him, right? First of all, they're not physically attracted to the person. Number one. Number two, you go fact finding, right? And you reach, and he is a decent human being,
Yes.
but he's not a man for you, like a decent man to you.
What?
You get?
A decent man to you.
Yeah,
Decent
like
man.
he's not the sort of man you want to be with.
So that's the thing. Is it possible for a guy to not be the sort of man your friend wants to be with, and yet be the sort of man that you want to be with?
You get? Yeah? So you're talking to your girl,
No,
she
eh?
says, man, he's a nice guy, but he's not for me. Then
First
that
of all,
guy
no,
approaches
no,
you.
First of all, anytime you hear someone say, he's a nice guy, you just know you're like, nah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
You see, nice, it kills me how nice is an insult.
I think that's so nuts because I truly be okay.
They'll be like,
I'm a guy, so I clearly am bugging. But I
like-
truly believe
like,
that,
like because when somebody's actually feeling you, there is a world of adjectives that they suddenly have. Like, he's so funny, and I feel like he's so attentive, and he's like, but when none of you guys, do you know how many adjectives exist in the English language? And all someone can say is, he's a nice guy.
do you know,
Yeah,
social
but-
proofing is such a real thing.
Thank you.
That's
Social
what?
proofing is
Thank you.
such a real thing. Like, now I fully understand why there's like so many stories of chicks going for the same guy, because this one chick went with him and gassed him up,
Brother.
so much
Yeah.
that the
Like-
friends were like, nah, that's a guy.
No.
If like, because in the same way that you're saying, if he's not good enough for you, if he's not good enough for your friend, he's not good enough for you. And I'm not putting this on you, by like particularly. I'm saying in the same way that women will say, if he's not good enough for my friend, he's not good enough for me.
What
the
are the
same
odds
way.
there is an opposite?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
she'll be like, bruh, if he's good enough for her, I also want a piece of that.
Yeah. If he
And I think
booms,
we see that play out all the time.
Yeah, true. We've seen
Yeah.
that play out, but I also need you to know that it does not exist in such extremes. You get
what do you mean
like-
by stream?
Like-
Extremes.
like
exist in such
Extremes.
like, if he's not good enough, but then the one who's good enough for you is the one I want. No. Secondly, something that you're also leaving out is that a lot of other things are included. Like, we don't exist in a vacuum where it's just icky. Have you considered that also, how your friend feels about it?
Yeah, no.
That's true.
All of that notwithstanding. Because
You get.
I even think that if we're talking about him being good enough, for her to want him, it's not about good enough, because good enough puts a cap on it. He is so good.
Yeah.
Like, he is like,
He's mob.
he's so above the standard that I also want some.
Yeah. No, but also I feel like for me, it feels kind of like double dipping I don't like, even though you didn't know me at the time, or you didn't know I was her friend, and then you, like, let's say, but I knew that you were moving to my friend, and then she rejects you, like you've courted her, and then she rejects you. It just feels icky, because for me, my friendships are such a priority to me. So I do not want to create any situation in which, but first and foremost, I'm hella jokes here, but I'm quite possessive. I don't want to be there, and then you have an inside joke from your stupid 4th date. Don't annoy me. That shit annoys me. So it's just icky and sticky, and I don't like it. And if you've courted my friend, I want nothing to do with you.
See, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
But there will always be that underlying nagging feeling of, I took your sloppy seconds. Like something you deemed as ill, I deemed as yum.
And you see, that's where the issue is.
Question.
Because, yeah, when your buddy says, let me use your example. He's nice, but he's not for me. As soon as I come, there's already like a negative connotation in just seeing me.
Not for me.
Yeah, like your friend has said is not for me, which automatically in your head is, even him is not for me. But you do not know that. That's the point, yeah? Because then, here's the issue. I don't know your buddies. I've approached you. Yeah? Who knows? Maybe you've approached 6 girls in the same group.
So greedy.
Let me tell you, Kampala is tiny. It's like so. Yeah?
Do you know how many women are in Kampala? Do you know
No,
women are
you-
the majority?
You forget that in Kampala, there are certain... Yeah, there are.
Women
Yeah.
are the majority.
But you forget that in Kampala, we hang in the same places with the same people every day. Yeah? So, that makes the small Kampala even smaller. Because, man, you guys also told me people have communities and squads and what. The squads hang in the same places. Yeah? So, just that kind of negative thing being there. Even if I came and swept you off your feet in a Lambo, they've already social proofed me and said, man, this guy, he's all right. He can be our friend as the group. But he's just not for me. And there's nothing I can do to change that. So, I guess the moral of the story is there's nothing you can do, bro.
But also,
My head.
just so you know, though, it never stops at he's nice, but he's just not for me. We
more.
will go into detail. We will tell our friends.
The nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty is like,
think
he's
this is
so
where guys-
quirky.
His voice is pitched funny.
Listen, like in uni, my friend told me, you know how much I love to talk? The whole date, he didn't let me talk. He spoke the whole date.
Yeah, small shit like that. for
Yeah,
sure.
and then-
small things like that.
And he on that date, first date, he came wearing sandals. Why am I seeing your toes? The first
Do you think guys overshare? Like if you're talking about a date.
It has to be a crazy date.
like
She's like, remember, Chick, I told you about.
'Cause let me
the chick
tell you.
of the Nilo.
that's just what?
Chick of the Nilo who had like 4 Nilos.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not for me, bro. Oh, it got crazy. It got
crazy,
crazy, bro.
Because here's the thing. Maybe because guys don't overshare, it's easier. Does that make sense? Like if a guy asks you, man, hey, how did your date go? Like if my body asked me, how did your date go? To be like, hey, man, the date was kawa. We went here, we went there. Will you go on a second date or do you like her? Yeah. Then we boom. And not, man, her smile, about what?
You guys don't do
No,
that.
but I find that
You're missing out.
I find that when you're like among the homies, like if it's like a close knit friend group, guys tend to share, bro. Guys
That
tend to
much
share,
detail.
like, bro, hella detail.
That much detail.
Hella- maybe it's just my guys, but guys will give you of that date if it's someone who who he actually likes, and if it's a girl who is trying to like date to become his girlfriend.
Yes.
Guys will give it up, bro.
Yes. That
They'll
one I
give you
agree.
detail.
I thought we were talking about like date 1, 2.
No,
A
like
lot of time, most of guys just be dating to get some. What am I going to tell you about that date, bro?
Because you see,
That guy
date
really
1,
just-
2,
He
yeah?
already sees her as just like a smash, bro. He's not going to tell you the most. He doesn't really care.
That guy will not even tell you when he's born.
Yeah,
You'll
might
just
not
see
tell
a
you-
streak.
might not tell you about that date. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I feel like also at what point do you say, because we're talking about courting, at what point do you think you're saying courting your buddy? Like date 1, date 2, date 3, date 4?
Courting is from the beginning, bro.
courting's from the beginning.
That's the definition we're
and
using.
what marks it as courtship is if you suppose the first date,
So as long as this guy has had a date with your buddy.
I don't want to know.
Question, this is to close now. What if he curves her?
That's different.
Yeah, you've thrown his banner.
Yeah. So that happened.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Now, if he curves her, first things first, did she like him? If she liked him, I don't want, because I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings.
Okay. Respect.
If she didn't like him, like if they went like on one date, and
She did something weird and he curved her.
first of all, you'll never know if she did something bad, but like he felt like, like you said,
We're not
now because
compatible.
on the date is where you get to know people, right? So he goes on the date and then realizes, oh, like
You and I are not compatible.
yeah, we're not compatible,
Yeah.
and she also didn't feel him, and that's okay because
How could she feel him on the first date?
sorry,
How could she feel him on the first date?
what do you mean?
What if they just go out on the first date?
Friend.
She accepted to go out on the first date.
Yeah, but I mean after the date, if she came back from the date feeling him, and
after he has curved her.
how would he? You think? What do you think, niggas? How do you think guys curve?
No, this is what I'm saying though. What if they go out on the first date?
Mm-hmm.
It's calm, and then he ends it with like, "This was nice, but I don't think that you and I are compatible."
That I've never had that statement in my life
would say
from
that?
me.
I've
As
never
in,
said
as a
it.
person, I've never had it. I've never had my friends tell me a guy said that ever.
And let me
Yeah,
tell you,
no,
that
I
just
don't
sounds
think
foreign, bro.
They just don't hit you up for a second date.
Okay.
Yeah. So if she comes from the date feeling him, and then he never asks her out again, and then next thing I know, I bump into him in the club, and then he wants to get to know me, and I know she came from the date, and she said, "Oh my God, he's so funny," and I'll be like, nah, no matter how, no.
How much you want to go there? Okay, I
Yeah,
respect that.
I won't.
I
But then
respect
if
that.
she also wasn't feeling it, and she was like, no. And then he's also, and then I'm like, but aren't you? And then he's like, yeah, it has to be contextual.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I will prioritize how my friends feel over how a man
That's
feels.
fair. That's fair.
Okay, I respect that. I didn't even want to. The point of this conversation was not to change your mind.
No,
I just
it's not
wanted you to
changed.
think about it deeper and think about it wider. I wanted to broaden the conversation.
Horizon.
But then also, you see, my thing is,
Yeah.
why abundance? Why
Yeah.
am I going for the guy that has quoted my friend? Like, abundance.
You're the one who doesn't want to approach.
I think for us,
Approach.
Not you're saying, where am I going for?
No, like, why am I allowing the guy? Approach is even vulgar. Don't say that word again.
I feel like we also have something similar because I don't think now, like the guy I am now, I don't think I can go for a chick that my guy has gone for.
Definitely.
Like truly gone for though.
Yeah, like
I
they
don't
they went out like on dates for a month.
Multiple days. No.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Actually,
you
I
know, and you also know the thing with going on dates. You're not just going on dates. You speak. Like, it's not that you talk today at dinner. Next week you will talk at lunch. The other week you will talk at drinks. No,
You're
you
talking in
text.
between,
Yes, you have rapport. No.
Fair enough. Admit that statement is still painful.
Which one?
It's not good enough for my
my
friend
friends.
as
Not
well.
good enough for
Either.
me.
And I don't think we would ever say anything like that, bro.
Yeah, but nobody
Not good
actually
enough
says
for
it
you,
out loud. It's like how you've just said
And it's in
You
your
know
head.
what she said?
though.
She said it in her TikTok.
in the
right?
TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's like how you've
I
just
feel
said
like women can say that.
Oh,
Yeah.
A man can't say that statement. It would be frowned upon if a
And
man
I
said that
wonder,
statement.
at what point it affects.
mind
Not
you.
affects, but like, what if? What if? What if I'm trying to vibe Casper? But then one of Casper's friends tells Casper, "Hey, that Sydney guy, man, he's somehow." But I'm not even talking to her friend. I'm just talking to Casper. So I wonder at what point it also reaches the
That's a
you get.
wonderful example.
That's a what? Oh, that's
if like you're just talking to a friend and then another friend
Yeah.
just shits on you.
Yeah.
Love that example.
oh that. But now that is those opinions like public perception. That's public perception.
Not public perception. Your friend's perception or your friend's
Yes, to me that's
opinion.
public.
It's
Like,
not public.
because they've not attained
how?
they've not attained this information by directly interacting with you.
No, like I'm friends to both of you actually.
Or you're friends to the both of us, but you've only moved to me
I'm trying to cook.
with me. But my friend tells me, but you see, the information she has attained has
What's the
been from
basis?
society. It's not from interacting with you in a like
It might not be from
romantic.
society necessarily. It could be
Okay.
from observation.
So you'd say, so I'd ask why, like what?
Oh, she's
is-
judging from her opinion that
Yeah,
this
be
guy
like-
is not my type.
Oh, cares? Has he?
Or even better, I don't think that guy is right for you.
Aye.
Oh, okay. I'd say why. And then if she tells me, like, for instance, he said he didn't give up. I was gonna swear no. He said he doesn't care about God. He does not believe in God. And I think with where you're going and now, and I take that into serious consideration. Yeah.
What if it's again like see the God fearing thing
Or
is
like,
such a
let's
big
say
aspect for people, but if it's like
No,
superficial,
that's what okay, superficial like what? Like I
like-
don't think he's right
like
for you
man, there's a
because
night I saw him and he was drunk. He was like shit faced, and
That
he was
is-
just loud, bro.
that is not superficial at all. You know how you can know your friend, and you know, for instance, me, my worst possible nightmare would be dealing with the sort of man that gets drunk, becomes Fanta berry, screams, shouts, causes scenes, and you know your friend's personality, and you're like, and you know how when you're getting to know people, you put your best foot forward, so you're never going to, you're going to keep it cute, and she knows that okay, you're getting to know that guy, but you should know
Like
that
this and like this and like
he
this.
A B C D E F G. Listen, and that is very important information. I need to know that, and I would never have known it. I would know when I've fallen for you, and in the thing, and I'm extremely irritated and agitated. That information is necessary, and you guys do it as well. So do not pretend like you don't. There have been times when information has reached you from other parties, and like ABCD about that girl, and
That
then
is
you're like,
definitely
hey,
true.
oh, she's
Yeah?
not for me.
No,
You agree?
No.
I won't argue.
But
Guys
also-
do
I
it.
have told you that a certain girl would not be compatible with you because of certain reasons, and you agree.
I have to
But
be
I would have still
beaten.
shot. Like,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
You know,
You don't like. For
Yeah.
me, I'm capable of knowing.
She has to
That-
bite me. Then
This
I'll
is
be
that
like,
different, and
"Sawa."
I can't swim.
yeah, but
Yeah.
let me dive.
But there's a floater there. If I, you dig it? There's a floater
Yeah.
on the horizon. I just need to reach it. If I fail to reach the floater,
Sawa.
I'll be like, "Eh, man,
I've boomed. Yeah.
I knew.
Although,
You dig it?
to be
Yeah.
fair though, I'm even like I said, I'm saying all these things because I'm objective. I don't
Yeah.
feel anybody right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
But you can take this information, knowing how incompatible these two people will be.
Yes.
But the way she's being cooked,
Yes.
she's literally being flambéed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They poured alcohol, they put the fire,
They can cook you.
and she'll listen to everything I'm saying, and she'll be like, "Hey, okay, oh
That's
really,
not how he is with me.
really? No, you know I
Anyway-
haven't seen that side of him though." And before we know it, they date, and then 3 months down the line, when the pressure is off, the flambe is off, she's thoroughly agitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll be like, "What did I tell you?" But yeah,
Babes can dwell on that guy. I told you so, man.
I love, and I told you so. I love
Okay,
it.
guys. Man, we move.
Anyway,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that was a good topic. I feel like that was a Patreon pod, bro.
That
That
was
an
a
entire
vision.
Patreon pod.
That was a vision, but I feel like that's what I was
You want to cut it out and
Yeah,
give it to the
give it
patrons?
But this is anniversary week, so congratulations.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
So
man.
I think now we should do all things MJP. So I have, since it's 3 years, I have 3 major questions for you.
Okay, nice.
Is it?
Yes.
Shoot.
So number 1 is going to be the origin of MJP. How it started, right? What it means, because I feel like we have a bunch of new subscribers. Shout out to the people from Kenya. Or shout out to whoever might not understand what mob jazz means for one reason or the other. So yeah, how it started, how it came to be, how you guys came to be, because I'm just an add-on,
Yeah.
and what mob jazz means.
Okay. Maybe I should start this. Obviously, I think that day ones know that we were all part of the radioactive pod. Shout out Duce.
Say his real name.
Or shout out Raymond Kahuma. Yeah, so we started that, I think, in the lockdown. 2020.
2020.
2021.
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
So we started that. Raymond truly started that. He had to convince all of us to join. I think Jesse was easier to convince. They were spending a lot of time together. Actually, I didn't really know Jesse at that time. I knew Raymond. Jesse I knew in from a distance. In part, he was a friend of a friend. So Raymond convinced Jesse, then came to convince me. It took a while for him to convince me, I won't lie. Like, he had to really, really convince me. But we had been wanting to do it, bro. Like, I was a big podcast fan, and we were always having, like, podcast-type conversations. Like, we just go to Raymond's house and talk for hours, bro. And at the end of every conversation, we'd be like, bro, we should record this, man. And then we'd keep it pushing. Raymond at that time was just getting back into content. And his first thing was, like, a podcast, because he was big on the Impulsive guys, and I never even heard of those guys. A YouTube audio-visual podcast, that's what he always wanted. So he convinces us to come on. Was I even on the first episode? I don't know if I was on the first episode.
No.
I cannot remember.
Why?
Can't
I think
remember.
you are. I think
can't
you are.
remember. That
Yeah.
period is very, very blurry in my mind for some reason. Anyways, so we start Radioactive. It was cool. I'll definitely say Raymond was in control of that and was the one pushing that. So it was a very different pod from what Mob Jazz is. It was much more structured. The episodes were much more spaced. It was much more like shock value. Yeah, so very different pod. Shout out to guys who stayed from Radioactive to Mob Jazz, because you're getting different things for sure. Yeah, then after that, I had to go do LDC. Raymond kind of lost gas for the podcasting thing. He wanted to go explore other like creative endeavors, and you can see like the type of content he actually enjoys to do. Much more like edited and scripted and like different, shorter
Vlogs, really.
vlogs, basically. So yeah, Raymond decided to go do that. So we took a bit of a break. In fact, they didn't take a break immediately. Him and Jesse kept doing the podcast for a little bit, and then eventually they just lost gas. So went to do LDC. When I came back from LDC, I immediately pitched the idea of the pod to Jesse. It took some convincing for him to come back. Also to pitch it to Raymond, get his thoughts, this, that. He was now done. The equipment was literally just sitting there. So eventually Jesse agrees to do the pod. We start looking for studio space. Motive had just become a thing. We went to Motive. Everything was ready. Like, we couldn't believe how lucky we had gotten. I think we had tried out a few things before we found Motive. And then we found Motive, and everything was perfect. Studio, equipment, table. I think at the time we were kind of debating on if we should just buy Raymond's equipment, if we can record from Raymond's house, but that wasn't gonna work. If we could find somewhere else to record, but with Raymond's equipment, it was a lot. Renting equipment, we had like all these lists of where to rent from what. Then we went to Motive. We found Motive had like a program for creatives. We signed up. The rate they were charging us was so low. I think I can say it now because it has changed. They were charging us 40 bob an episode, like, but what, a week? 40 bob a week. It was 40 bob a week.
Easy.
Yeah, 40 bob a week. I was like, this is perfect, bro. So we didn't do too much preparation. Just picked a day. Did we have Wendy by the time we did the first episode? No.
If anything, we had another editor at that point. No,
Wasn't
the
even
first
an
episode
editor.
was just us.
Yeah, I
the
think we
first two episodes.
edited it ourselves.
Yeah.
But you were on the first episode.
I was on the second.
The second.
Yeah.
So we did the first episode, Jesse and I. Jesse and I at that point, honestly, we were not boys. Like boys, we weren't boys like this. So that first episode was tough. I've been thinking about re-listening to that first episode. It was tough. Like, it was a tough episode to record. We had things we wanted to talk about, but we hadn't learned how to talk to each other yet. So it was very spacey. It was a long episode, but I think there were a lot of gaps in the conversations. A lot of, man, that's crazy.
When the top in games, you guys first keep cutting.
Well, like, man,
so
what
next?
What do we talk about next, man? I don't know, man. Did you see? So it was a very, like, slow, spacey episode. But we were spending more and more time together, obviously, because of our pod. I think Jesse had to edit that. So after that episode, I think I was like, man, we might need a third voice here. and Sydney had been doing the videography and some of the editing for Radioactive. So I hit up Sydney, and also me and Sydney didn't know each other before Radioactive. We also met at Radioactive. So I asked Sydney to join, and having a third voice there now started to change the dynamic. Because whenever there's a bit of silence, there's someone to throw in like a tangent. There's someone throwing like a comment. It became easier for it to bounce it between the three of us. And then the chemistry kept growing and growing and growing. And we just kept recording week after week, week after week. It was super affordable. It was all coming out of pocket. We were not making a cent from it. I can't even fully... I think we had given ourselves a certain number of episodes to record and then we'll stop.
20,
But
I think.
on like the third episode, we had Viri.
Yes.
So I think like having Viri boosted us for like the next 10. Then
Fave.
we got Fave, boosted us for the next 10. And in between every episode that we'd record, the bro pods would enjoy it too much. Like the Motive Studio was in this warehouse, and inside the warehouse was a container. So when we'd get in there, we wouldn't know what time it was. We wouldn't know what was going on the outside. So we'd just stay in there for hours and hours. We'd leave so late in the night. Yeah, man, it was just a good time, bro. What am I answering again? The origin.
How it started.
How it
yeah,
started.
the origin, yeah.
So I'll say that's how it started, man. It started with Radioactive, and then the name of Jazz. I came up with that obviously because I'm a namer. That's one of my talents. That's one of my gifts. I'm a namer.
It's not.
It's not one of my gifts. It's not one of my
Why are
gifts.
you hating? Just hating on an anniversary pod.
Yes, who called you Casper? Was it not me?
No,
Who called you Casper?
It was actually me.
it was
Was it you?
Sydney.
Yeah.
It started as a joke.
And you want to say you cracked the joke?
You guys are bugging. We need to go back to that episode.
We're going to go back. We can't go
Okay,
back
we
to
shall
on
go back
Patreon.
to that episode.
Yeah.
We shall go back to that. You think it's him who named you Casper?
I think
It
so.
was. It was.
Okay, we're gonna make a bet.
What
We're
are we
gonna make a
betting? First of all, this guy is so sure that he's so good with names,
I'm
right?
the best namer.
If do you know the nickname? Do you know what he calls me? The nickname I can't say it yet.
But that one, I'm not gonna name you that one.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
You
I know
it.
that one. I know that
He
one.
thinks it's so fly, bro.
It's super fly.
Is it the one I know?
First, it's your best nickname.
You know what? We're going to discuss a nickname after because I know a different one.
First of all,
Then I feel like the one I know,
for someone, you know,
I called you. Then you said nada. Never repeat.
then he also told you that name is Fly. It wasn't. But
That name was Fly. I won't lie.
The only guy I can't take credit for naming is Magic. In fact, I take credit for naming him Magic because guys used to call him Magic Muchivi. I'm not referring to Magic, and guys call him Magic now. In the comments, they're like, "Where is Magic?" That's me. I'm sorry, that's me. I take credit for that.
Man. But you did give Windeck. I'll give you that.
Windeck, I think I've done all of this on camera. That's the beauty of there's a record.
nomenclature is yours.
I need to mark it. So Mobsters was me. We thought about a name for a while. We threw things at the wall until I came up with Mobsters. It slapped. And here we are.
So, I mean, what does mob jazz mean? Have you seen that video of people asking, a Ugandan asking people like in the UK?
She was actually British.
Yeah.
She just used Camp Cardamom.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
does mob jazz mean?
Is that like jazz from the mob, bro?
Yeah, just from the
In
mob. By
Italy.
the mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that everyone who's watching knows what Mobsters means. But if you
Do
don't
the
know what
Kenyans
Mobsters
know?
means,
I don't
I
know.
think the Kenyans do.
Do the Kenyans use jazz?
I think we
in
said it
slang?
during the thingy pod. Chaxi. Yeah.
The jazz is
Mob jazz.
conversation.
Oh, we said it off cam. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz is conversation. Jazz is like words,
Conversing.
it's speaking. So mob jazz means a lot of speaking.
Yeah,
or
mob
like,
means a lot.
yeah. So guys will use it in different ways. Sometimes we'll use mob jazz to mean you're talking a lot, so you must be lying. Look.
Yeah. I can't mob
Sometimes
jazz.
mob
That
jazz
is
means I have a lot to
mob
tell.
jazz.
It's
I
like
have
we have
lot
a
to say.
disclaimer, man.
Yeah.
Because the jazz was mob.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what mob jazz means. What does it mean to me? Like, what does a pod mean to me?
Yeah.
Or-
Question is heavy, man.
That's a heavy question. But
No,
the
no,
answer
but I
is
didn't
simple.
ask what the pod. I asked the origin and the name.
Okay, yeah, that's what mob jazz means.
Yeah.
That's what mob jazz means. Also, it was such a perfect name because it didn't limit us. It wasn't necessarily like tied to any of our personalities, so someone can leave. Because a lot of others are like Joe Rogan or Joe Biden or you dig impulsive. Like now it's tied to you. Like it can never
Be
go
something
beyond
else.
you. Yeah. It was catchy in the beginning. It was smart because the abbreviation was MJP, Melvin and Jesse podcast. Like, it was perfect. Yeah, but I think it's just a good name, bro. It's just a good name. It tied us to like the place where we live, the culture that we come from. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Mob Jazz was a good name. Yeah.
My second question.
That was the second.
No,
That was the
I'm
second
coming
one,
to
right?
my second.
Okay.
Wait, I think my class is done. Let me first jump out of Zoom.
Okay.
Okay. My second question. What are
One sec.
for the both of you, what are your three favorite things about having or being on a podcast?
3 favorite things about being on that podcast. Maybe you should go first for this one.
Yeah, like putting me on the spot when I'm not. I'm still thinking 3. Anyway, let me see. 1, man, you get to jazz. Yeah. One of the things I really like about the pod is that it has no structure. Like, pods where you come and you have to answer 10 questions and that's it. I don't think I thrive there. Yeah. I like, man, let's just speak and just speak. Say what you want to say, go. That's one of my favorite things about the pod. 2, I like the platform that it gives us, not necessarily the attention, but for the longest time in my life, ever since I was a kid, I liked interacting with people and knowing what they think and learning from people. So that's why my mom used to tell me, man, if things have jammed, just go and do psychology. I was like, So, now I'm listening to people's problems only. Yeah, but like here just gives me a platform to like understand where people are coming from, what they're saying, even just the conversations between us. I'm like, interesting. And because most times I like to think I'm teachable, like I just pick up small things in our conversations, and I'm like, I wouldn't think this way. Let me try and see where they're coming from. And also because we are from different backgrounds, same country, but different backgrounds, different sets of belief, of course, things like that. So people keep asking me, man, how are you on a pod with a guy that doesn't believe in God? I'm like, I'm allowed to talk to him.
Guys know. The guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But what do they think he's atheist or agnostic?
They don't know.
They don't know.
It doesn't matter. That difference actually does not matter.
The
to
difference
there
doesn't
is
matter
a
to
difference,
people.
I know, but it doesn't matter though.
Like people will just be like, hey, you just don't believe.
Okay, just for clarity's sake,
It doesn't
guys,
matter to
he's
guys.
agnostic.
I'm agnostic.
Yeah.
I'm agnostic.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, brother, does that mean I should not talk to him? And it's always like I love listening to people from everywhere. So that's the second thing. The third thing I would say is, it's really just relaxing. Yeah, because I come with my stress from work. Blah. It's just something different to do. That's not going out, going to the cinema. The things everyone does. It's just something very separate. So yeah.
I like that.
I like that answer.
Me too.
I like that answer. I think I agree. I'm going to say what he said, but in different words, basically. I like the pod because I know that once or twice a week, I can go somewhere and just vent. I think I maybe we be abusing the pod sometimes, Loki. But I feel like we just come and just get things off our chest. I think so many people don't have an outlet like that, bro. Maybe you can do it sometimes with someone over the phone, but you can't do that every day or every week necessarily. Okay, for you on your birthdays, I feel like you guys might do that. But most people, especially
300
guys,
minutes a week, man.
yeah, especially guys, like I feel like we be needing a place to vent, bro. So I love the pod for that. It's an outlet, both creatively, but even like emotionally, mentally. Like it allows me to just vent. Yeah. Also, what he said about like learning from people, this pod gives me so much perspective, because 9 times out of 10 when I'm coming to have these conversations with you guys, I don't know what you guys are going to say.
Is
and
it?
You guys will say some. I'm like, bro, what? That's what you think of this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it really has like broadened my perspective on things, and like has shown me that even when I think that I fully understand a topic, or that like I know my thoughts on that topic, it can change very easily. Sometimes even just someone in the comments.
Yeah.
Because, bro, guys be correcting us all the time. Correcting our logic, correcting our, our thought patterns, our arguments. So I love the pod for that, bro. What's the third thing I love about the pod? I feel like you said everything.
I'll add, the one thing this pod also avoids is creating like an echo chamber. Like, we don't always agree. And it's cower.
You know, there was a brief period where guys were saying you guys agree too much.
Is it?
Like, do we agree?
Was I here?
No, you aren't here yet. They were saying we
Like the
agree
three
too
of
much.
us?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
When Magic was here, I was
Because we almost never
do
used to
we
agree.
I'm like, bro, me and Magic don't agree on. And like,
I
he was dozing you at that time, then you were in the middle.
will tell you this. Maybe because we used to disagree, and then at the end we're like, man, we keep it pushing. Yeah. So maybe it sounds like an agreement because you're just like, you're those ends and these ends, we move.
Yeah.
But we rarely used to agree, man.
Yeah. Anyways, okay.
Do you want to know what my favorite things are?
Yeah,
tell us,
definitely.
Tell us for sure.
I think one are the people. Like, I consider myself quite introverted, so like thus far, just the few months I've been on, there's so many people I'd never have met in my life, in my everyday goings, or in the ordinary circles that I run in. And the people, whether it's the mobsters, the patrons, the guests that we have, just pure, like, it's such an interesting way to even start a conversation. Like, the people who find us in, like, what are you guys doing? Oh, that's a podcast. What's the name? Da, da, da. We meet so many different types of people, and I like it. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great way to meet people without technically having to put myself out there, like trying to say, like, hi, my name is this. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I also think it's thickening my skin a bit, like putting myself out to the world, although it's not visually, but I mean, it's a podcast, so yeah. And also, I think it's important for guys to know that this is deliberate. Like, I don't know if sometimes I assume that people think that I'm not on camera for one reason or other, but this was the structure of the pod.
Yeah.
You get
like there was someone who wasn't on the camera before.
Yes, there was a third mic who was not on the camera, and that's how it was intended.
Yeah, it helps.
It just so happens that I'm a new person who is not on the
Helps,
camera.
it helps. To be fair, even in the beginning, we did it out of like
Limitation.
necessity. Yeah, we did it out of necessity. The setup of that Motive studio, like I told you, it was
like a
container.
corridor, man.
So it was
Yeah,
literally
I remember you
rectangular thing.
just in one side, you on the other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was nowhere for the third guy to sit
Yeah,
and be on
and
cam.
be
That's
on
the
cam.
first thing. But he was also our videographer at the time. So we needed him to keep an eye on the camera. And the setup hasn't really changed that much. Like, we still need someone behind the camera.
Let me tell you guys, you guys think Casper is just seated.
She's literally
If
watching.
this thing is not recording,
Yeah, she's
they're
literally
going to ask her
watching
why.
Yeah. So
And Winnick is still on holiday. So,
yeah. So, but
yeah.
yeah, like it started out like that, but I like the synchronicity of it all. And I like the structure of the pod. I think it's interesting. I think, because at the end of the day, I assume, guys, if you listen on audio, let us know. I think very many people would listen to us on audio, and on audio it makes no difference.
yeah.
But if you're watching, it also gives like a different, you get like, it gives you something. You guys both look at me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I be doing the time sometimes, and you guys are dead look,
Just
like you're both
looking.
looking at me. I'm like crazy. Yeah, but I like the structure. I think it's different. I think it's different. Most of the
pods
pods
where guys look in the camera.
Yeah, when the camera is the only thing to look at, I feel
or
like.
they look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, look at this guy.
I'll say this also. This is now just in closing on this question. I like that this pod means something to people.
Listen,
Bro, that might be my favorite thing about this pod.
do you know that there's a day I think Sydney had agent come, and I found this boy talking to Melvin, and you could see the joy in his eyes, and he told us, I think he's like in Form 6 back or something, and how happy he was to like meet Melvin, to like actualize Melvin. Like, it's one thing to have you on YouTube, on Apple Podcast, but to meet him and talk to him and engage with him, and then they took a photo. First of all, I took a photo on my phone just for my personal archives.
Yeah.
But then what he sounded like and what he looked like, I felt like I was going to cry.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro,
it was
let me tell you,
emotional.
sometimes he has been telling me things and I legitimately be choked up. When when those patrons brought us cake last week,
Yeah.
I be getting choked up, bro.
First
Because
of
I was
all,
like, yo.
shout out.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Rona
Rona and Daniela.
Rona
and
Rona
Daniela.
and Daniela. Thank you
Daniela
so
of
much, man.
Daniela's pod
We
Yeah.
chopped that cake.
Hey.
It didn't leave this premises. bro.
with chai.
We chopped
I
it.
remember like half of it left.
Now you're
worry.
diving
Yes.
into semantics.
I
Don't
took
worry
3
about
slices again, man.
Don't worry
This time
about
at
the
least I
details.
ate co.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that thing is so humbling, man. Like
Yeah.
the fact that the pod, and you see, we're also very intentional about not having to turn on pod personalities
True.
to get on a pod.
True.
Like we were very intentional about just being our regular selves with this pod. Because I remember with Radioactive, because of the type of pod it was, it required us to like pump up a bit before we started.
Yeah.
I mean,
I used to take
stubborn.
like an hour,
I
man.
was stubborn. These guys hated me, bro. I struggled, bro. For pictures, for like increasing the energy, it just wasn't my thing. So with this one, I wanted us to be able to just come.
Authentic.
The days when we're having bad days, you can tell. The days when we're low energy, you can tell. The days when
The energy starts seeping slowly. You can also see
tell.
it.
You can tell when a guy is tired. You can tell when he's not tired. Like, I thought that was so key. And I love that, like, people have responded to that. And that, like, that guys look forward to the episodes. Like, if the episode doesn't come, guys are like, bro, where are our episodes?
You get.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I
that's
think
dope.
my final thing is that it's one thing to do something like a side gig or a side hustle, whatever you want to call it, for the sake of like, let's say, oh, let me invest one day, maybe to work out or whatever, for the sake of achieving some end goal, right? It's another thing to do something you enjoy for the sake of it. I feel like, as in to come here and sit and talk about anything and everything, my friends, it's super cool. What do you mean? Like,
I'm not going to lie. Like, these 3 years, and, bro, I love the patrons. Like, the patrons have made this so much easier.
Yeah.
Because there were times when you had to come and sit here and not know who's going to pay that bill when we're done.
Yeah.
So our patrons have helped us immensely, bro.
shout out to the patrons. YouTubers. Subscribe to Patreon.
You guys were not there on those end of month calls, it's
Bruh,
the 3 of us
you
who
know,
were
like, so who's handling this, bro?
even buying the equip.
Even buying the equip was
Brother.
But I'll say this, like, even now, like, I don't want guys to assume that because we be cracking all these jokes about Patreon names that we're making bank, bro.
No.
We're literally paying for the pod with Patreon names.
Yeah.
We're not paying ourselves.
Breaking
at all,
even.
Bro.
Like,
Literally, we're
like
You
not
guys
paying
think we have
at
chap
all.
your day?
no.
Yeah.
It's
Like
purely
water.
production
Yeah.
cost. Purely.
We're very much still in the
Break
I'm
even.
doing this because I love it.
Because I love it, yes.
Yeah.
And even like there are days when I can feel like today I came with like a migraine.
Yeah.
I've had a migraine the whole time. But then you can feel like, you know what, let me just go. The days when you are having an awful time. And then I come and I just start complaining. You guys don't realize, bro. I'm doing it because I love it. Like,
Yeah.
You love
there
complaining.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
you
coming to speak because I love it. Like,
Yeah.
there is no like financial motive or something like that.
Okay. Next question.
Next question. So it's MJP at 3, right? Going forward, what is one thing?
Oh, wait. If that's the question, I think maybe then I should talk about the magic situation at this point.
Okay.
Because I think that's so crucial, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, man. This is the moment of truth, bro. This is what you guys have been waiting for, man.
Let's take a sip of water.
Yeah, listen. I know you guys have been asking this time and time again, bro. The Where is Magics have not stopped since we came back public, at least. The Where is Magics haven't stopped. I feel like on Patreon, they stopped maybe after like the first 2 episodes. Because on Patreon, we kind of told them Magic is not going to be around for a while. So just bear with us type thing. And guys, ciao. But on our main page, the Where is Magics have persisted. Also, I guess because the main page audience, some guys dip in and out.
Yeah.
So maybe the guys who watch very often are tired of asking. But then the guys who like haven't watched in a while and have come back, they're like,
I told you
"Bruh."
I met someone who last watched the pod when Magic was on.
Yeah.
I met him this weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, let me disappoint you guys firstly by saying I'm not going to get into too much detail. This is not that type of platform, bro.
30 minutes of
no. I'm not going to get into too much detail. But when we tell you guys that like Magic sees your comments and like Magic like was still super cool with Magic, that is the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Magic took a step back from the pod in, I want to say May last year. May last year before we took our break. He took a step away because he had some things to deal with. And because he had taken a step away and because of what the identity of the pod was, we thought it was the right thing to do or the respectful thing to do to also take the pod away from the public. So we continue to post on Patreon, and if you're on Patreon, you've seen all the episodes.
Yep.
And if you're not on Patreon, if you went, you would see all the episodes when Magic wasn't there. So when he took us, when he left, we decided to also first leave for a while, so that we could come back when the identity of the pod is something that guys recognize. So that's why we took a step away. Yeah, but alas, Magic decided that he didn't want to come back to the pod. That's the only way to put it. Yeah. Yeah, he's still like, he just has other things to focus on right now. He has other priorities. And so we had to respect that, man, as his guys. It made sense. Like I just told you, this is not a pod. This pod doesn't pay us. It doesn't like, you have to do it for the love, bro. So if there's anything going to get in the way of that, you kind of have to like just step away from it. So that's what Magic did. He stepped away. But he still did. Like I was just with him a couple of weeks ago. He was giving me like pod ideas. I'm going to see him this week. He still plays a role in the pod administratively, but he's not able to come and record.
I was going to say
on a regular basis.
there is literally like he's still part of MJP.
Yeah,
Let's not get it too sad. There's no beef. There's no drama.
There's no MJP without
Yeah.
Magic.
We're all cool.
I'm sure guys who have me on IG have seen him.
Yeah.
Because like I'll still be posting him.
Yeah, that
on-
just also me and him at Meza sometimes.
Yeah. So Magic is there. To be fair, Magic didn't watch the pod when we were recording a pod, so I don't think Magic will see this unless someone sends it to him. But
There's gonna
this
be a
is
guy.
to answer all the where's Magic's guys. Magic is there, is Kawa, but he will not be coming back to the pod in the foreseeable future, bro. So
And
this
when
is
he
it,
comes
man.
back, it will be announced. You will know.
Yeah, you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
We won't ambush.
Yeah. So
We just might, man.
yeah. So that's your where's Magic response.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can go to the next.
Breathe.
Go to the next.
Breathe, guys.
Yeah.
If you have to cry, put an emoji in
Yeah,
the
you can
comments.
pause,
And
bro, you
pause.
can
We shall
pause.
put this carpet in black
You
and
can
white.
pause, man.
Yeah, man. But we love Magic, and
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Okay.
Third and final question. Going forward to you, like let's say in the next 5 or 10 years, whatever the case may be, what is the one thing that needs to happen for you to be like, damn, we really did that? Like MJP has made it. Like we did that. Like, yeah, like this is something incredible out of this world. What is the one thing?
Incredible, out of this world.
Okay. I mean, I have a penchant for exaggeration, but
Yeah.
yeah, what is the one thing to happen and you'll be like, this was a moment when I knew MJP made it.
Do you know what's so funny? I think that I fear, this is not an answer to your question, but I fear the day that like MJP becomes so big that it's not fun anymore. So even sometimes when like even when I'm like in my wildest dreams thinking like, yo, I can't wait for MJP to hit this number.
You put a cap.
You'll notice that it's not an insane number.
Never.
Like it's not an insane number to the point where like, for example, earlier today I was telling them when we hit 100K subs on YouTube and like 20 to 30K views an episode,
We're doing
we're
this.
good. But that's not insane numbers for a pod. You dig? That's not aiming for the stars. Because I fear that when we get to that point, if we get shits and gigs big, it makes us vulnerable.
Very.
It gives us an audience that's less forgiving. It gives us an audience that is like less connected to us and that are kind of seeing us as like these playthings or entertainment. the audience won't humanize us if support becomes too big, I feel. Like, it also makes the number of haters exponentially bigger, and like the noise much more. And that will have an effect on us. It will have an effect on our families. It will have an effect on strangers.
Anyone we interact with.
Yeah, it changes things. That's like how I keep trying to tell you. Like, your perception of, say, like the Joe Rogan or Joe Budden or those guys, it's so different from what a guy who has been watching Joe Rogan. Like, imagine if I've been watching a podcast for 12 years and guys start trying to tell you something about that guy today. You're like, because of like clips that they've seen. You're like, man, you just don't get it. Like, you're just, you know what I mean? But I guess that's my problem with answering that question. But yeah, I'd say 100K
made it
subs.
seem like it's 100K.
Yeah, 100K subs. Maybe.
Once we hit 100K, this guy is booming.
I'll tell you this, if we're 100K subs and like 50K weekly views, because for me, that's what matters to me.
Views.
Percentage of people that are watching.
Yeah. Out of your subscribers.
Out of the subs.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Because it just makes it feel like these
Retention.
are our guys.
Yeah.
These are our actual guys, bro. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
You, Sydney?
For me, it's not necessarily a number, but I just want to see enough of different markets. And this is not even like a monetary thing. It's just I need like different perspectives on life. So it's not down to the numbers, but like when we have people from Kenya now. Give us some Tanzanians, give us some South Africans, give us some Nigerians, Rwandans. Yeah, like that's what I want. And because I also feel like this is heavily Afrocentric, that's why I've only said like African countries. But if there are other guys, man, you jazz us. Yeah, you know, if you're from Georgia, yeah, Lithuania, Australia, like I just need that's what I want from the pod.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you?
What would we have to attain for me to be like, man, we did that?
This pod buys Casper her Lambo.
I've died.
You want a Lambo?
I don't want a Lambo. I want a
An
G-Wagon.
Audi. Yeah, G-Wagon. Aye.
But I feel
That one we
like
can get.
No, you want a GLE.
Did I say a G? I said a G-Wagon.
You said a GLE.
If I did, it was accidental. I want a G-Wagon.
Oh, that's what you wanted that BBL for.
Oh, yeah, she actually said G-Wagon.
Yeah.
G-Wagon. Crazy.
BBL thing, yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a mini G-Wagon they made.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'll show it to you.
So what would it be for me? You see how that's your fear? For me, my fear is that I love the pod. I love doing it. And I guess everything you do has pros and cons. But I don't want it to negatively impact my life. You get? So even if we get to a point in time when this is the thing, this is what we do for a living and it's self-sustaining, not only does it sustain itself, it sustains us. I don't want it to impact my life like I want to still be able to be, I'm not just one thing. I feel like when you're in the public eye, people reduce you to one thing. You get? Like, oh, that girl from YouTube, she does a podcast or whatever. No, I still want to be identified as a multitude of things because I am a multitude of things. Everybody is a multitude of things. So, but then how would I know? See, for me, I don't even think it's a numbers thing. I think if we come here and the pod is sustaining all of us and all the ambitions we have, like the way we want to make it, like the ideas we have that sometimes we can't materialize maybe because of finances or whatever, we get the pod to a place where we say, oh, for this project, we should
go here.
We should go here and we need 2 extra editors and we need to also pay for their transportation and pay them and da da da. When we get to that point,
you guys are going to get content.
I'll be like, what? Like, even though we don't have 100K on YouTube, but we've made it to a point where we are using the pod in a way that we're still enjoying it, still creating content that we like, but the pod is handling everything that needs to be handled. That we can take a week away from Kampala to go shoot content, carry editors with us, carry whatever we need, producers, do what we need to do and give the type of content that we be cooking up in our heads that we be thinking, man, that day we get the resources that I want to do that thing. That's when I'll know, like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've reached.
Definitely.
I'm not going to lie. The way that I'm like my 10-year plan for my life, like 10, 15-year plan for my life. I fully plan for like this to eventually just be what I do, bro. Like,
Brother, say.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I'll be telling my kid, you go and work.
Honestly, I fully expect it.
Yeah.
That after 10, 15 years,
Yeah.
I want to be able to like do everything that you just said,
Yeah.
but also be able to record a pod whenever I want.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just kind of like.
Oh,
just
no, that's
be
literally what I
podding.
mean. Like, no saying, oh, guys, I have court to. Like, the pod is, you get.
This is it, yeah.
This is
But
it.
This is
So
a priority.
funny, eh? When the both of you are like hard lawyers and you're in the courtroom and they're like, our podcaster is representing.
You get.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is, that's when I'll know. But then, funnily enough, guys, like 4 years ago, 2020, I don't remember, 2020 or 2021, I remember like journaling and I was saying how I've always felt like I belonged in some type of like media type thing. But then I didn't feel like it would be like traditional media, just didn't feel like it.
Like news
then-
anchor.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
But then I was just confused, but I was journaling. Like sometimes you need to write to get out the thoughts, like the confusion is more bad. So I was like, I always felt like I belonged in media, or do I belong? Then I said, do I belong maybe in like legal or in like admin of a media house or something? Like I feel like I need to be within it. Then on a separate, different day, I wish I could bring the journal here, but then that's personal stuff also. I journaled like, I think it'd be so interesting to be on a podcast. I think I'd do it. And the way last year ended up on the pod, it was
It was funny.
random and crazy. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Actually, the way you were jazzing about origins, you should have jazzed
Yeah,
about
you should have
your
told you.
origins.
Yeah, you should tell your
Oh,
origin.
how
Tell your
I
origin.
ended up on the podcast. Okay. You guys record on Tuesdays, right? So on Tuesday I would study, and I'd study right next to KK. So on Tuesday evenings. So Melvin would say like, oh, come through and we go home together. Because, we live near each other. Yeah. So I think one day, and this was the time when you guys were doing Patreon episodes. So one day there's a question you asked while I was waiting for you guys to get done. And they said, you know what? We have like a woman here. Let's get a female perspective on that question. And I got the mic and I answered. And then I don't know how I ended up. What happened?
You just keep
You are just in class every Tuesday.
You're like, you know, the stream. He just keeps coming.
Oh,
You
no.
Is there a pod today, man? Let me come and give my thoughts, man.
No. Friday pods.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yes, it was something like that. Like you didn't have class on one of those days.
I didn't have class on Fridays.
Yeah.
So sometime me and Melvin were talking about it. Then I was like, do you think I should come? And then he was like, yeah, I think you should come on Fridays. So I started coming on Fridays. Then I started coming on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then YouTube resumed. And then I don't know how I started getting other responsibilities of time stamping and da-da-da. And now...
Your number.
But then maybe Origin, Casper. I told a story on the podcast. I asked for this boy's opinion. And I said someone had called me a grasshopper. No, a scorpion. And then they said how I handled the relationship with this man. They said I was less a scorpion and more of a ghost. Because anytime getting to know a guy just icked me out or frustrated me in any sort of way, I just disappear. You're never going to hear from me again. I'm not going to pick up your calls, And it's still up for
In a
debate.
sweet way.
Yeah, in a sweet way. Still up for debate. We don't know who said like Casper the ghost and it stuck, but...
Well, by the next pod.
Let me tell you.
By the next
Do you
pod,
know I
guys
remember
will know
it's
it.
me? Because it's Casper the friendly ghost.
Casper the friendly ghost.
And I was like, because she was being friendly while booming. And she'd be like, hey, by the way, I've
Melvin
gone,
is
but...
so sure, I think.
I stand to be corrected. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions?
No.
Okay.
I think that covers a good MJP at 3.
Nice.
Now, is it an MJP pod without MJP subs?
Nah. But let's take a
Submissions?
quick break.
Okay. We are back for Mobsters Submissions.
Yeah.
Big fan of the pod. You guys should really capitalize on the below 20 age group and host some of us.
See, yeah? Below 20 has a lower limit. Yeah? And we love you guys. But we also can't have underage people on this pod. There's like a YouTube button that says "made for kids."
Yeah. literally. You know, we always say that this is not for kids.
Yeah.
We always say not for kids.
So that one is a bit tricky.
Yeah.
We have a lower limit.
But honestly, I think that we've gotten this question so many times. Can you guys start suggesting?
Yeah.
Just suggest some people who you think would be good pod guests. They don't just be suggesting your buddies. We have a buddy called so and so.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Suggest guys who you think would be good guests for the pod, and then we'll see. Then
But
we'll
make sure they're also not 15.
see. Yeah, not
Relax.
Yeah.
18 and above.
yeah.
Remember when you had a conversation about telling your friends that they don't smell good? How would you navigate the same conversation, but for a co-worker? It's a serious problem for me because I have a sensitive nose and random smells upset my tummy. That's part 1. Part 2, there's this co-worker whom I've known for about a month. Sometimes I opt to work in a different space, specifically because of how bad it gets. Do advise. P.S. I'm female and he's male, so that's a whole dynamic to consider.
I'll tell you because this is the only way that you can deal with this issue. Tell a superior.
Yeah.
Tell a superior to address the issue on your behalf. If it's someone that you work with or someone at your level, there's almost 0% chance that they're going to take it well. Tell the boss to talk to them. Or if you're fortunate enough to have HR that works at your company, tell HR that's their literal job. Or maybe an office administrator, someone who has nothing to lose by telling this person this thing.
Yeah. Because you have everything
For
to
you,
lose by
it will
jazzing.
make things. If your problem is just the smell right now, you're going to hate it when now it becomes the energy that you're receiving
The
from
smell
this
and
person.
the energy.
Where you guys now can't work together. Where they're now doing things to undermine you.
And smell sounds like the same office or seatmates
Yeah.
or same desk.
Because she says she sometimes changes seats, like
See.
goes to sit somewhere else.
You don't want them to know it's
And
from
it can't be only you. It can't be only you who thinks that. That's what I've also learned. Tell a superior and follow up with them if nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Like, you telling them yourselves should be the last resort because now it's getting in your way and messing with your productivity at work. And you don't want that.
There are so many things in between superior and telling them yourselves.
Yeah.
Suggestion box.
You should suggest that they get a suggestion box. That you can put your suggestion in it.
That's like a first entry. That's silly.
Funny. Yeah.
Have you guys ever imagined what would happen if you sample us one of the Patreon pods? We did that.
We
We
did.
sampled.
We did this.
We
one.
sampled. Oh, we forgot to mention that in the beginning of this pod.
Yes.
We've given guys 3 Patreon pods, the 2 Valentine's pod, and one pod where we're talking about religion. I think that's the pod where guys will see my religious jazz for real.
Yeah. But you know, I've been monitoring.
Yeah.
Most people, like most of the new ads, are watching. I think they were dying to see the Valentine's pods.
Okay.
They're only. I've not seen a single person like or comment on the religious
Okay, interesting.
Like another pod, eh?
pod.
I wish. It's Kawa.
That
I'll
we
show it to
should
you
be in
guys
it.
after. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys see dates as only romantic? I would say I'd been on many one-on-one like outings at cute spots with different babes throughout the years, but I would not necessarily term any as a romantic date. For context, I've never been in a serious relationship.
I like the PS first of all.
That's interesting. Like,
I think we had like a whole pod where we addressed this for 1 hour. Like, what is a date, bro?
I think so with her.
And we had conclusions, but I don't remember the conclusions. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So guys might grab us.
All I'll say is this. If it's not a date, don't call it a date. As simple as that.
And I actually remember where this came from.
Sometimes one person thinks it's a date and the other doesn't.
Yeah. I remember where this came from. This came from the cinema things where I was telling you guys it's not a date, bro. Yeah.
Those were dates. Those were dates.
The way you say it, boy. Yeah. Those were dates.
Those were definitely dates.
You're too funny.
Wamami, let me tell you from my experience with these two.
Yeah.
For me, it's not a date, but to an extent, for her, it might be a date. Yeah.
Isn't that so crazy?
So-
Let's not go back down this
Yeah,
road.
let's not.
That
The
is
gaslighting of it
So-
all, eh?
Yo, that I get that for you think this is a
Yeah,
date.
for me, but mind you,
For me, it's not a date.
mind you,
This is what you
I
guys told
invited
me.
you.
Yeah, I invited you. I'm giving you that date experience.
I'm not trying to
But
date
it's
you.
not a date to me,
First
though.
of all, these guys can gaslight because this is what they told me. Because me, I was saying it's not a date. Yeah? When they said, Nada, for you think it's a date, but she thinks otherwise. Why are you guys gaslighting me?
Okay. Just because the whole, I mean, it's like the law, right? To know what the law is about, or to know if this is a date, you ask about intent.
Mm-hmm. And my intent was, brother, we are friends, we're going to eat.
Oh, okay. You don't be attracted to these girls.
No. There are some.
You
There
see
are
that
some.
hesitation.
The ones
there.
who are, the ones who I'm attracted to, no. No.
If it looks like
Like
a
a
date,
date.
walks like
Like
a date, smells like a date, then it must be.
A date.
See, gaslighting.
Anyway, what was his question?
That,
What was the last?
that BSC has never been in a serious relationship
Yeah,
before.
he asked, do we feel that like all?
Like
Oh.
all one-on-one hangouts with like women,
Yeah,
are they all days? Like, do you guys ever go on one-on-one hangouts with women? And
it's
are
not
they-
a date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then
many
you know,
times.
I think
And
that's
you
called,
split the
I
bill
think
most
it's called
times.
friendship.
yeah, and you know, like the energy is different.
Yeah.
The combo is different.
Or what of if the guy pays?
Even when your friend is paying, you know,
You know, yes,
you know,
100%,
you dig.
100%.
Yeah.
After gaslighting me.
No, but first of all, if you go out with somebody and the conversation is, oh, you know who I like, or you know who you start talking about people you
Exactly. Who have you
like,
been
people you've been
dating, who have
dating,
you
you
been.
you get that's friend jazz.
Yeah.
You don't go out with a girl you like and start telling her about people you like.
The convo is much more vulnerable, bro. It's much more transparent. Bro.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you about my money issues.
yeah,
I'm going to tell you about the shit that's going on in my farm in
Yeah.
detail because you know everyone's name.
yeah. You know what my
I'm going
brother
to-
did.
You dig. Yeah. That's not what dates are necessarily, bro.
But me,
And if
like,
dates are that,
I think the vulnerability for
problem.
me depends on who I'm talking to.
okay.
There are people who I go out with just because I also want to eat. And there are bad days. Yeah. I want to tell you what's going on in my wallet.
I don't do that.
You don't.
I don't just go out with guys.
On dates.
No,
We're not talking
no.
about dates.
With like people. Umbo, you and I are not really friends. But let's go out and eat for like an hour plus. Nada.
You only
Yeah,
hang
just
with your
order.
friends and people you
And
want to date.
Literally.
Not me.
Okay.
Literally.
Hey MJP, hope you all are okay. I think Sydney has the best humor on the pod.
That guy's laughed.
Is that you blushing?
This is going to sound like it was sent by me, but thank you very much.
Did you?
That's crazy.
Did you?
That's
Anyway,
crazy.
but Sydney claims he's single. This is different. Starts with a but though.
Oh, this is the same person?
No, different
Different
sub,
person.
but starts
Okay.
with a but.
Uh-huh.
But Sydney claims he's single. Is he sure? There's a video on the internet from this week that's very ambiguous.
From this week?
No, I think it was last week.
You haven't seen
Can't
any video of
feel-
yourself.
no.
All I'll say is this though. If you see Sydney in a snap of a lady or a woman, you know guys love a misconstruction. It's easy. It's very easy to misconstrue. Because of the way Sydney conducts himself and the way the women who know Sydney conduct themselves around Sydney.
Yeah.
So for the perfect time is just wait for the sweet month of October and you see Sydney's birthday. That's when all the videos are unleashed at once. You can be like, but I pity the woman in love with this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. When I'm in love, it's different. When I'm in love,
You will
it's
tell them
different.
not to
When you
post
love
their
it-
videos.
What do you
I know from my heart, inside.
No, but will you tell them, oh, man, announcement, I'm in a relationship, don't post your video.
I won't repost like I did this month. I'll not repost my sweet baby. If you guys see me posting
You
one
only
babe,
repost your sweet baby.
only one, just know I'm dating.
Kawa.
I don't know which video you're talking about though, but I'm single.
You're single. I've just realized Casper sounds like should be very good at breaking bad news to patients in hospitals.
Damn.
Brother.
Really?
Is that a compliment?
I don't
need
know
to
what
think about
that
that
is.
one a bit more, man. I don't know if that's a good thing or
I don't know.
I
Like your
guess so.
voice
I
is
guess
what?
maybe they're saying
Soothing.
that, yeah, maybe you have a soothing voice.
Do I?
Maybe.
That's wait. Did I say soothing? What is
Yeah, you said soothing. It's soothing. I mean, in that case, guys, if you want to plug me for a voiceover gig, I'm present.
Literally.
This one is not a voiceover. It's
I don't want you. I don't
you're
want you.
becoming a medic, man.
No, but I mean, a few people have been saying that they like my voice or whatever. But so, guys, I don't want you to think this voice is only available for
I've never
MJP.
done a voiceover.
I've never used thinking of your ex-girlfriend.
But literally, if you want to book her, book through us.
Yeah.
Contact the
Literally,
Mobsters podcast.
Book through us.
MJP Media.
10%.
Yeah, this is MJP Media, so
Badly.
yeah, you know what's up.
We are managers.
Okay. First off, thank you for always taking the time to share your insights with us.
Thank you.
Now, there's this idea that failure is necessary for growth. But do you think that's truly the case? Or is it just something unsuccessful people say to feel better?
Okay. I don't think necessary is the word. I think that failure happens, yeah, and you grow through it, yeah. I don't think it's necessary for growth because that sounds like growth is just painful, which it can be. But I think failure happens, and the not the right thing, but ideally the thing to do is to grow from it. Does that mean it will always happen? Probably not. Some people are different. People's paths are different. But for many people, both successful and unsuccessful, failure has been part of their lives. Yeah. So it's not only limited to unsuccessful people. So that's my thought.
It's a very interesting way to answer that, actually. I feel you. I actually think so. I think failure is necessary, bro.
Is what?
I think it's necessary.
I knew he was going to.
I think it's very necessary for growth. I don't think that growth is the only outcome of failure. I think you can definitely fail and
Fail
and regress. Like, I think you can fail so badly that you regress, and I think that's why his point is important. Like, your response to the failure is important. I'm not sure that I see growth as a response necessarily. I see it as an outcome. Like, those to me are a bit different. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I may fail and try again. That is my response. Or I may fail and release. But I think that you can definitely fail and grow as a result of that failure. Like, you learned from it, and so you improved. I also definitely think, like, if we're just talking about, like, I don't know, like systems. I think systems are improved after, like, certain failures. Like, it shows you the vulnerability in those systems.
Definitely.
But I also definitely think that there can be a failure so big that the system collapses. But then I think that that's as a result of, like, not fixing things for so long that the failure
We're just covering up failures as
Exactly.
opposed to resolving.
So yeah, I definitely, like, short answer, yes, I think failure is necessary for growth. Because I can't see a growth that comes without, unless we're talking about, like, a plant.
No, man. Plants have dry seasons,
What
man.
about, like, life? You dig it?
Like life booming.
Like you
Like,
die.
literal growing. Like, I grew a day older or a year older.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I don't think that, like, anything that truly lasts can grow without.
Some
A storm or two.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that entire sentiment. So the reason that's why I gave my answer is also because the term failure and the term growth, both of them are quite broad. Yeah? Let me give you an example. I went through my entire uni without a retake.
Yeah.
Did I fail? No. Was the result growth? Probably not, because it was just like books. Maybe if the growth is, I got a degree. Yeah? But I wouldn't say I failed. But there's also a situation where now that the term growth is literally like maybe emotional growth in a way. Like, that could be
Growth as like a human being.
yes,
Not
yes,
in
yes.
that endeavor, but
Yeah.
as a human being.
Yeah. So again, I definitely agree. For me, my response is growth. Failure can lead to growth. Yeah. It just depends on your response to it. To conclude, I guess.
Also, I don't think that, like, that the amount of growth is proportionate to the size
amount of
the
failure.
No.
Like, if you fail,
Like, I don't think that, like, the grandest failures lead to the grandest growth.
growth. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't think that these two things, like, are directly proportional. What's the word? What?
Correlated? No.
Not correlated.
I feel like
Directly
directly
proportional.
proportional.
Yeah,
is
directly
the term.
proportional.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that those two things are necessarily directly proportional, but I think that they are so related that like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you're taking a sample space, many of the most successful people have failed at something. So
Okay. Random, but I've never met a person that really listens to Young Thug that I don't get along with. I started using Thug's music as a litmus test.
So don't meet Casper, bro.
I'm not sure.
Do not meet her, bro.
I won't
Do
lie
not
to
meet
you,
her.
yeah.
Or any of our friends, bro. None of your
Oh,
friends.
no.
What is Young Thug? Really?
Does she?
Hardcore. She loves Thug.
I
Favorite.
would
That's one
never
of her
see
favorite
it.
musicians. The whole time she was like, free Thug.
That chick has been my favorite in your friend group.
Okay.
Been my favorite.
I'm literally your best friend. What do you mean?
I said in the friend group.
friend group.
In that context there.
Yeah.
Not my favorite.
Yeah, like when all of you are hanging out,
Yeah.
it's like
That's
Casper.
been my favorite.
That's right. I will find you at home.
That's
As I can say, I don't
crazy.
really
That's
listen to Thug. Bro.
crazy. I cannot believe that. Bro.
She loves Thug, bro.
I don't
I
really
like
listen to
Ashori, bro.
Thug.
Mm.
I listen to Thug on collabs. So don't meet me, man.
Okay.
The only thing I know
Nice.
about him is that he was freed. Anyway.
That is nuts.
Oh, and that he was cheating on Maria the scientist.
On who?
That is nuts.
Maria the
Alright.
scientist. Mariah.
They dated.
They're still dating. I
They
think.
are still dating.
Mm. She's lovely.
Is Melvin interested in seeing a 20-year-old?
Like seeing them grow. What? Like,
You think you're
like
funny,
seeing now,
man?
bro. Seeing you like how? Bro.
You have to see them through the failures, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think in the past 20, not even in the past, 20 is just very young to me, bro. Like, in my brain, 20 is very, very young. Because I'm 28. So the fact that you're 8 years younger than me, that means you're born in like, what's that? What? 06 or 5?
2005.
05?
05.
05 is nuts, bro. Like,
You know what we're doing in 05?
bro, when did Zidane headbutt the guy?
I
Oh, that
can't.
was 06?
I can't.
Oh,
do
You were one when Zidane headbutted the guy, bro.
And for you,
Isn't that
this was a pivotal moment in
Do you
your
know how
life.
many pullouts I had out of that World Cup? Pause.
Oh,
The pullouts in the newspaper.
Because I was so confused,
many of
I was
those,
bro.
like, pull out.
I remember the boots from that World
Let me
Cup.
tell
I
you-
remember the ball. Remember the Germany World Cup ball?
Of course, that was no wait. That was
You're the
06.
same age as the Germany World Cup ball. Like you dig it. So for me, those are only.
Let
Like,
me
those
tell you
are
how
small
bad
things
it is. First, chill Zidane. I have a certain memory of the 2002 World Cup, the Japan team, and that's crazy.
I have Ronaldo burnt into my brain from that.
Which is the one that Brazil won?
O2.
Eh?
No, O2 was France or Brazil?
What was Brazil?
Brazil.
France
I
was
have a
also-
memory of the
Brazil was
Brazil World
98.
Cup.
France.
No,
France
France was
was
98.
France was this recent one because even that one was Italy. Remember? Because
98
Zidane got the
was
headbutt.
France. 98 was France.
90, I don't remember 98.
I have a memory of the Brazil World Cup.
Yeah,
Brazil was off 0-2.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
a great
Crazy.
World Cup.
But
Fire World Cup.
long
So I don't
story
know,
short,
but-
no.
So no, 20
Is that the World Cup when Cameroon had the sleeveless things? 0-2.
might be. Was that a World? I think that was an AFCON.
It was a World Cup.
So now
Sure,
now you'd be telling her, babe, do you know there's a time Cameroon appeared with sleeveless jerseys? It's caused such a controversy. They cancelled it.
And at
No
that point,
way.
your babe was a
But
concept.
this is
bro.
what I'll
It
say.
was a concept.
This is
Man,
what I'll
her
say.
parents might not even have been together.
And I was telling one of my friends who's also a patron that like it's easy to say this jazz.
Until you meet
Until you see the
somebody.
20-year-old in
She will
costume.
cook
You know
you.
what I mean?
Of course.
You might see
Hey,
someone who's like,
Let me tell you.
05 is that's crazy. That's crazy. 05 is 20 years ago, man. So long, bro.
We're on a public platform. We have to
Yeah,
say
but
it,
just know you were born after Sudir had bought KPS, man. That is nuts. that thing was bust my brain, bro.
That as a
Yeah, so I
qualifier
don't know.
is too
It's
stupid.
20-year-old is not my preference. I'll say that, but I can never say never to
An adult, an
maybe
adult,
what, like
an adult.
What is a 20-year-old in first year?
Because
Second?
no, remember, loads of people were affected by COVID
So first year.
last year.
But ideally second.
I can't lie, I'll judge you.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
But you be judging us for many
Oh, but
things.
then also he told me
Judge.
he actually
diving.
does not care
I'm diving.
about my judgment.
Did the younger
I
boy
care.
reach out to you?
Greek God.
Yeah, Greek
No,
God
he did
never-
not. But he was. How would he reach out
Greek
to
God
me?
feared. Greek God, you
Red
feared.
God became shy. man.
You feared. Yeah,
I don't
God
like
in your
that.
name, small G, bro.
Small G.
Even a Greek.
Even the Greek is small.
Small
bro.
G, small G.
Everything
From
is
now on, every
lowercase.
week that you don't shoot, we remove a letter, bro.
No, Ibambi.
What?
We
You want
jack
to,
that day this week. Greek go.
yeah, I thought you were reversing because that becomes ik god.
Rick.
Rick.
Natty after.
Now let's start with the other one.
Rick, go.
Yeah,
Go.
Greek go. Let's start with that.
Okay. For context, I'm a Ugandan who's lived in Kenya for close to 18 years of my life. I'm now 20 and I really desire to start creating community and making friends from Uganda. But I don't know where to start because I'm not close to my Ugandan family and I don't visit the country often. Any advice?
I like that question. And community is very important. Yeah? Also, you've been there 18 years. I wonder what the community in Kenya is like. Because, while Uganda is very community-based, people are friends, Kenya is also quite much closer to the West, that everyone is on their own, doing their own thing. I wonder what that would be like for him or her.
Did they say 18 years?
They've been
20.
They've been in Kenya for 18 years. They're now 20 years old.
I'll say this. I think start with the Ugandans over there.
Yeah, to be fair.
Ugandans in general are very accepting people, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like Kenyans are too, but if you want to connect with Ugandans, I'd say start with the Ugandans over there. That's a good way to meet Ugandans here. That, or if you have a cousin that's your age,
Yeah.
just come and see her for a holiday or something.
Yeah.
Come and spend a month here. By the time you leave, believe me, you'll have a lot of Ugandan friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think what you said, if you find people there, even when they're returning,
Yeah.
and you have where to be,
Yeah, you
return
can
with
come
them.
And then you start adding people on socials,
Yeah.
and Ugandans are so hospitable.
Let's start with the pod.
That week?
The pod.
I mean, they're already
You
on
be
the
in the
right track.
comments
They
also.
listen- yeah.
You be in the comments.
I mean, they might come for an MJP hangout and
Become a patron.
yeah, become a patron.
That's a
There's a community here, man.
Okay. Do you remember guys you went to primary school with but parted ways at secondary level? I met someone almost 18 years later who remembered me, but for the life of me, I could not remember their name at all. To make it worse, it was a lady and there was no one around to SOS. Have we
I
done
feel
this
like we've
before?
answered that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I feel like we've answered that.
Me, I don't.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I be remembering, guys. But I also be.
Yeah, I remember
Depends.
many of them, and I'll tell you this: a lot of them are friends right now.
I don't. I remember the people who really stood out. Like those people who really stood out in primary school until now. They really stand out. And then I remember Raymond was my seatmate. So those are the people I remember.
Shout out Raymond, man.
Yeah, Raymond was my seatmate.
Facebook helped.
Bob.
All
Facebook
level
helped.
Facebook
Yeah,
Facebook
helped.
zero.
did a
That can without the images.
But I'm not gonna lie. I remember on Facebook, I was trying to keep in touch with guys from my old school, bro.
Just
I was
Yeah.
mainly focusing on the new chicks who I had just seen from our school.
yeah.
Green Hill babes. Get up.
Yeah, guys, I was cooking me. I won't lie. Guys, I was cooking.
No, I mean Green Hill Primal.
Yeah,
babes.
you-
You know, I can't break period. The secondary where you're still asking,
Hey,
what primal school were you?
Yeah.
That period there.
So you'd had as a KPS, you'd had enough of KPS. You know, what's Green Hill saying?
Yeah, I was not interested in any of the KPS chicks, bro.
fair enough. Neither was I.
Yeah.
But bring back Facebook zero, man. Not Facebook, but just less images. Just text. I want to be that for a
I need
month.
to ask though. Sometimes it feels like there's someone who, I was out with my friends sometime, and I kept greeting people, and they're like, "How do you know these people?" I was like, "Green Hill," and then I felt like, but did Green Hill really have very many people? How many were you guys in your P7 class? Total.
I cannot remember.
Well, 200 some.
Oh,
We were also
total?
200.
That maybe around that number as well.
So it was the same number.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep running into.
Yeah, 200 some.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Procrastination is not laziness. It is a depression response. What do you all think?
Procrastination.
I can see it being a symptom of depression. I don't think that is always the case.
I agree.
I think that you can be anxious about doing a certain task and it causes you to procrastinate. I think that you can be. I would actually prefer if they had said it was an anxiety response than a depression response.
As an anxiety girl myself, I agree.
Procrastinate
wholeheartedly.
because of.
I procrastinate because I fear the outcome, that I may not do it as well as I want to do it, or that it might not go as well as I want it to go, something like that, or that it might, you get, and then I end up doing the thing and it takes me all of 2.2 seconds, and I'm like, as in.
But truly, I think I can procrastinate because I'm also just lazy.
Yeah,
but
but
I was about to say that
there is laziness
there's
involved as well.
a thingy where it's behavior in that you've done it so many times. It's just your way of life now. It's not always
Out of habit.
Yeah,
It's just a bad habit.
Yeah,
Because you can get it done at the last minute.
yeah.
You always push it till that last minute.
I remember in high school, I used to say this thing with my boys, man. We are pressure guys. We read when papers reach. Brother?
Yeah.
That was just procrastination.
Yeah, now the thing of like preparing for exams, that one has nothing to do with my anxiety. That one is just being a fool. I'm just a pressure fool. Yeah.
Now for me,
And
exams were all about anxiety, bro. 100% about anxiety.
Is it?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh no! Now
Not
what
me,
would
though.
give me anxiety is now that I'm reading last minute.
Now you're
I'm
anxious.
overwhelmed. No, I'm anxious because I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, but I will tell you this. The one thing that I'm yet to understand, and I would say it very strongly of one thing I don't get, but I'm saying I'm yet to understand because it's not my experience, is people who glorify procrastination. Because we used to back in the day. Yeah? And I just hope it didn't reach a point where it's glorified. Like the thing we used to do of, I will read brain papers, which because I'm a hard guy, I'll understand in 2 minutes.
sharp.
Yeah, I'm a sharp guy. Yeah, I just don't want that to reach older life. Like I'm too hard, I will do all my work in 1 week.
I think the beauty with life, and this is why maybe I think that the education system, I don't know now if they've changed it or whatever, but I think that's why teaching in general should be more action-based. Because if you're doing the action, you can't get off if you're not prepared, bro.
Yeah.
Like, in the real world, if you're not prepared for that task, you're going to do poorly at that task. You know what I mean? With
And
exams,
if anything,
you could cram.
yeah.
You could cram the topics, go reproduce.
And you see what makes it even worse is even in the exams that were action-based practicals, we had crammed. If I mix iron 3 with this, mine will turn green, but another answer is brown in my head. So I'll write brown.
That's true.
You get?
That's true.
You'll
You'll be exposed, bro. At some point, you'll be exposed, man.
Yeah.
And if
So
someone
it's-
is paying you money, the consequences are just realer, bro, for not preparing.
So it's both.
It is.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, it's both.
There are multiple reasons why guys procrastinate. That's the answer.
Yeah. I think what you do is, if you talk about someone, find out why. Don't conclude for them.
What would you wish to experience for the first time again?
There are a couple of things. Number one, I think the first time I left the country, I love seeing new places. And I don't know if I'm getting that very first experience back. Second thing, Infinity War in the cinema. I need to see that again, bro. It was an experience that I will never relive. Actually, a bunch of shows as well. Game of Thrones. But, if anything, the very first time I saw one of my baby cousins. Like it was cute to see like a new life. And I want to experience it again. Yeah. That's not for you.
I think you should go next.
Why?
I don't know if my answer is I don't know if my answer is a safe answer to give on the platform at the moment. No. That's safe. That's safe to say.
So
I
what
don't
is
do
not
that twice.
safe?
I don't do that one again. I don't know. That. Mic down. Mic down. Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's nothing like that.
What is it?
I'll be thinking about the right word to use.
Something I'd want to experience again. I think maybe my 14th birthday.
14th?
14th in particular.
The birthday itself. But I don't want to be deep. Okay, my 14th birthday as in Form 2. I'd never come home. Like, I'd never I wasn't one of those people of, oh, you fall sick, you go home. I'd never come home. But I remember my dad wanted me to get braces. So I don't know why I don't know. For some reason, I don't know how it ended up happening. But I remember I called my brother and I told him, tell daddy that I should come home for the braces appointment. Because I think we had spoken about it, dad and I don't know. And so my brother speaks to my dad and my dad is like, yeah, make it happen, da da da. So my brother comes to pick me. And yeah, so this was my one and only time. After it never happened again. Oh, I didn't want to be at school for my birthday. That's why I was pushing it at that exact time. So my birthday was on a Saturday or a Friday. Anyway, for my birthday. And it wasn't anything major. I remember I had dinner with my dad and some cousin of mine who I'm not even close to. And some uncle of mine. And then, yeah, like I went back to school on Sunday. It was normal. Like we just had dinner, conversed. I went home and slept. I was staying at my dad's for the entirety of that weekend. Didn't even see my mom that weekend. I don't think so. Yeah, and then my dad died that semester, that term.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I'd never gone home. Do you know?
That is crazy.
And that's the one time I went home. And funnily enough, a couple of weeks later, I think my brother, because I had an older brother who was done with high school. Then there was one in Form 5, then me in Form 2. The one in Form 5, a couple of weeks later, also went home because his glasses broke. And he had also never gone home. His glasses broke. He goes home. And the time he's home, those few days, so my birthday is at the end of September. My brother went home in October to fix his glasses for like a few days, like 3, 4, 5 days. He stayed at my dad's house for those days. First week of November, my dad dies. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like stuff happened to make sure we spend one-on-one time
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
that's
think
mad.
that would be it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
How do you feel about yours now?
Even worse about
So tell us.
Even worse,
This
bro.
is a safe space. We've just said how we love the pod because we can say anything and everything. Say it.
Cook.
This is actually going to be so. The first time I should be responsible with this platform. Let me just say certain stimulants. The certain stimulants that I want to try for the first time.
Okay, yeah, fair
Only
enough.
because my first experience with them was so pleasant. Even if since then I've had extremely unpleasant experiences with it, the first time, was incredible, bro.
Yeah.
I was with my friends from when uni, my friends from campus. It was everyone's first time, and that is so rare that everyone is trying something together for the first time. And it was just a beautiful experience, bro. I can't lie. Maybe I'll get into it on Patreon. But
Patreon.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
yeah, it
Subscribe.
it was a beautiful experience. Yeah, but also I like your answer because I started to think about the weekends we used to spend with our dad when we were kids. Truthfully, I don't even know why we used to spend part of those days with our dad because our dad was working extremely hard at that time. So he would take time out of his Sundays to take us to the pool, swim with us for a little bit, then go back to work and just leave us at the pool. Me and my sisters had a blast at that pool. It was Hotel Equatoria. Now it's just Equatoria Mall.
I remember that.
But there used to be a pool there.
Was it the underground one?
No, the pool was there, but it was behind where the mall is. It was in the middle. Bruh.
Oh, wait. Where is Hotel Equatoria?
In the middle
Is
of
it the one in
town.
downtown?
Yeah, in town. Now
I think it wasn't
Equatoria
underground.
Mall. The pool was not underground.
Interesting.
Bruh, me and my sisters used to have a time at that pool. We should just be in the sun, sunbathing, swimming, walking around that pool. And they had this buffet that would start at 11 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. We used to just eat. Get out of the pool, go eat, come back, run around the pool, run around the hotel, come back. Okay, those are the best times, bro. Maybe I'll do one of those days again. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
I'll do that.
That it? You can do.
Our final one,
Okay.
which is so funny after his first submission of stimulant. The way Melvin thinks / how his brain works will make his future generations survive the next time humans evolve.
That's the way I think. Yeah. The brain, bro. The brain. Yeah, man. Yeah. That question of what would you go back to is so interesting, bro. But I think about some campus, some things that happen in campus.
I feel like everything else, and I think this is going to lead, I want us to have soon, not next week we have a guest, but soon we're going to have a conversation about grief and whatever. But yeah, I think now thinking about it, which is actually so poetic, is I remember that when I was younger, there were times when my dad would come, and for reference, I'm a last born on a girl. So he would come and get me from the house. He would come late at night, like let's say he's from the bar or the club or whatever. He gets me and we go and we do something, just the two of us. Like either he would come with food and he would wake me up in the middle of the night and we sit and we eat that food, the two of us.
Really?
Just the two of us.
That is hilarious.
Or he would come like on random days. And I remember he used to feel himself, he'd feel so fly when he'd wear his leather jacket. So he'd come and would, mind you, I'd not be dressed. I'd be like in a nightie or some shit. He gives me shoes. We enter the car and we go to a restaurant at night at 9 p.m. And we eat, the two of us.
That's so sweet.
And he tells me stories. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
And so it was, I think, fitting that that's how it was the last time I saw him.
Yeah.
So I think in the grand scheme of things, everything else feels like nonsense.
Yeah.
Like that feels like the only thing that I'd want to relive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this interesting Instagram. I don't know if it's on TikTok, but I always see it on Instagram. That drunk Uncle Reyes comes home to his canis and he has his bottles of Heineken and he brings her milk. And they dance and push. Just that it's like 3 a.m.
I've never seen that.
He's pushing his Heineken. She tries to grab it. He's like, nada, first have your milk. And of course, in the comments, they're haters. Like, how can you be drunk in front of your niece? Blah, 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 blah.
But she's not, you see, when she's remembered, she won't remember.
That chick, she's like
The
2,
drunkenness.
3. She's so young. I'd be asking, like, how can you be drunk in front of your niece? But I tell you, with every comment that's like that, there are like 800 replies where guys are like, relax. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
This guy loves his niece and you can see it because
All the terrible
nights
things that guys go to do when they're drunk. The fact that he comes to play with his niece.
Yeah.
Is
there are
too dope.
nights when he comes back with food. Like you can see fries, what, and he will have mash for her. And he's drunk, grooving. The music is loud, but the fact that this is also being recorded by the mom, and she's like, brother,
Yeah.
he treats her well.
Yeah.
He loves her. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I my dad also used to really work a lot and used to travel a lot. So I have very few memories with him, but those are the key ones I have. Okay, finally, this is what we're going to end with.
Okay.
What you guys say on, open quotes, I'm going to ask my pastor first, close quotes, before he makes you his partner. Should this even be a thing, or does this guy secretly hate me?
I'm so shocked that it's a guy that said that.
This guy,
Immediately I was
girl.
thinking it was
You know
a
the
chick.
culprits are usually girls. Yeah.
Immediately I was thinking it was
It's a
chick.
guy.
It's a guy that told her he wants to first ask his partner. I mean his pastor.
Pastor.
My thing is though, isn't it a guy who asks you to be his girlfriend?
Yeah, but I think she's talking about not about them getting together, I wouldn't think.
She said that before she becomes his partner, he wants to first ask his pastor.
I think this guy cooked. Then he was like, okay, I've cooked, but let me first ask. Because there's no other way around it.
Run. Run.
I will tell you
Very
this.
strange.
I agree with
Very,
Melvin.
very strange.
I agree with Melvin. That's strange. But I'll tell you this. I have talked to my mentor, who happens to be he's not really a pastor, he's a reverend. But like, I wasn't asking. I was just like, brother, because my mentor, I'm going to date. This is the girl I'm going to date. Yeah.
How many times have you had this conversation with them?
Once. Because there's one girl I dated.
No, but was ready to cook you. If he advises against, would you?
I don't
Take
think he
his
can.
advice.
I don't think he can. Yeah.
But
Because
he
for him, it was just like, hey, cool.
had he met her?
Of course. I remember she was also in the church mode.
I fully understand guys having spiritual guides or spiritual leaders. I think if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. I respect it. I actually don't even think that you should like I'm not saying don't be with a partner who was a spiritual leader. I just feel that if you're with someone who like has surrendered the steering wheel of their lives
To a human being.
to someone else,
Yeah.
brother, run. It's
You
like
get.
Because let me
what
tell
is
you.
that? What's a guy from Game of Thrones? The guy whose balls they cut off. What is his name?
Oh, the eunuch.
Yeah.
I've forgotten his name. But the guy with the bald head.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it gives to me, bro. It gives like this is my daddy, bro, and like
My
he tells me
daddy.
what to do, bro.
Let me tell you,
It
the
gives
thing
like
is,
you're not an adult.
yeah, if this guy is asking his pastor to date you, what else is going to ask the pastor in the
You
future?
get.
Yeah.
Will there ever come a time when he takes responsibility for his actions and his
Yeah.
decisions?
Yeah.
Because there's also him deflecting his
You
responsibility
get
to the pastor.
it
It's
will
like,
become
"No,
a
the pastor told me."
scapegoat of, I had this conversation with my pastor and he advised that da 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 da.
Yeah,
And
don't
it's
do
That's
that.
now
risky.
that just
Don't do
where
that.
the pastor gives a speech at the wedding after your parents. Like things like that.
You get
Anyway, for me personally, cringes me out. Bro. Super
as
duper
an
cringes
agnostic
me
man
out,
that you are.
I think that's
You
the
have a
problem.
spiritual leader.
He's about to say some stupid shit like Jay-Z. Don't give him the chance.
You see, this is
Don't
the
give him the
problem.
chance to Jay-Z.
And this is the problem. I feel like
Yeah.
the fact that I am agnostic disqualifies everything that I'm saying.
No,
right?
it actually doesn't.
Anyway.
It doesn't.
Yeah, no, me, I'm not agnostic. Nah, it's not Kawa. It's not Kawa.
And also, just so you know, you as a girl, if you're God-fearing as well, I'll tell you this. These are my parting words. I don't know about talking to a pastor. I've never spoken to a pastor about a potential someone, whatever. But that prayer of, God, if it's not for me, show me.
Let me tell you
That prayer
guys.
is express. As
Let me tell
in,
you guys the
if you pray
funniest
tonight at
story.
9 p.m., 9:15, God will have shown you.
Nah, let me
You
tell you
think
guys.
so?
Melvin,
Brother.
I need you to, and you know what's funny is, oh no, God says showing us. We stay ignoring. There's a time I told God, show me what I need to see. I dreamt that as being chased and hounded and like being pelted with like tomatoes and stuff, and they were telling me, what don't you understand? I swear. Like, what don't you understand?
Let me tell you guys
This
the
man ain't shit.
funniest story, and I don't know if I
That
can
is
say this on the
funny.
main pod.
Uh-huh.
There's you remember we used to go for camp at All Sense
Yeah,
every
yeah.
year at the end of the year.
Uduma.
There's this one camp where I was a leader, and they say all couples come and we pray for you. Yes, no, you look. If your partner stands up, you stand. It's like, man, if you go, I'll go. Yeah, we both stand up, we go. So we're like 9 couples day,
Crazy.
and these guys,
You guys were going crazy.
hey,
You couldn't tell me couple. You couldn't tell me stand up as a couple in high school. And I
And
stand.
yeah, let me tell you. The funniest thing is during the prayer, this guy says, Lord, if you will for these people to be together, they will. All of us open our eyes. Everyone's eyes are open looking like, brother, I thought you were going to bless us or what? I can tell you this. Out of the 8 couples, nothing. In that year, all of us broke up, aside one.
Damn.
All of us, bro.
Damn.
I was like, Sometimes we meet and we're like, brother, like the guys,
They prayed for us.
they prayed for us.
Brother, we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Our good people at Cardamom are closing. Listen, this was a good pod. I just want to mention to you guys before we close. I hope you realize we're going to do a New Year's resolution recap. Are you guys aware that episode is coming?
at the beginning of April, I'm assuming. End of first
end
quarter.
Of the quarter, yeah.
We made
We're
New
going
Year's
to do a recap.
resolutions.
Yeah, we said stuff that we wanted to do this year. Maybe not resolutions. in the strict
Resolutions, but
sense.
I think we need to go. You know what's so amazing?
Yeah.
Everything we said is
Timestamp.
televised and
Yeah.
timestamped on.
Yeah.
So
I'm a
that
Casper,
would,
you are in there.
we shall
But
refer to bad
I mean-
mind energy.
Madam, I made some.
Yeah. Anyways, listen, this was a fun pod. Thank you again for sticking with us for the past 3 years. Thank you to our guys who joined the bandwagon. Thank you for the guys who haven't subbed yet. Because apparently like 50% of our guys who watch aren't subbed.
42%. 42.8%. I remember
Yeah.
the figure.
Please subscribe if you've gotten to this point. Honestly, if you've gotten to this point of our pod and you're not subscribed, what's the issue, bro? Like, what's the beef?
It's one tap.
Anyway.
Let's go.
Yeah, man. What's my
Hug
I feel like I
you.
need to write this thing down.
Hug.
Just go bait with a compass on the roadcaster.
Yeah, hug your dad. Kiss your mom. Check on your strong friends. Subscribe to our pod.
Text your babe.
Text your babe.
Don't report everything to your pastor, man.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
be weird.
Don't be.
Don't be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Until next week.
Peace.
Peace.